everybody. Welcome to Impossible Coin. This is a very special episode this week. Our format is a little bit different. This week, here live in our spacious Minneapolis studio, we have a leprechaun.
I'm insulted! Oh, wait, you're not talking about me. Happy St. Patrick's.
Somewhere in Ohio, the keeper of all things cat who can open door, Tegan Somerset.
Hi, everybody. Yep. We have the, flat door handles, you know? Nico figured out how to open them, so he got in my sewing room today, and my sewing room's kind of a mess, and there were a lot of, ribbons about, and, he proceeded to just tear through it. It was a time.
That sounds shocking and stressful.
It was... Mostly, we got home last night and was like, why is this door open? I don't remember opening this door, so we shut the door, went to bed, woke up, and then the door was open again, and we were like, what the hell? So we just shut the door again, and I'm like, maybe it's the ghost. And then, we're eating breakfast, and we hear the handle jiggling, so we both kind of lean into the hallway, and there's Nico opening the door, and then he just, walked himself right in, he's been doing it for years. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yep. He's been found out.
Yep.
So now we have to figure out a better way to shut the door? I don't know what we need to do. Maybe I just need to clean the room so that, there isn't a bunch of shit in there, you know? But, or at least the shit that's in there should be put away.
Fair enough. Somewhere in the farthest reaches of West Texas, fresh off of a bicycle ride for 3 taken with Drake and Ninja, Rocky Hardy.
I was not a part of that bike ride. I'm so upset.
Okay,
left
all right.
Without me.
But, Rocky Hardy, I have a question.
Sure, what's up?
So, I recently saw a photo of what I would like to call a fucking mountain of taquitos, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What up?
And as I recall, the photo was captioned something to the effect of, I'm an adult.
And you can't convince me otherwise.
Yes. Now, were they not taquitos, and if they were instead just some other, I don't know, low-rent microwave trash food, I would think maybe that photo had been taken by somebody else.
Hey, first of all, taquitos are both delicious, and they are part of a full meal where I'm from. And they were covered in queso fresa and pico de gallo. And you know what? It was a good-ass time. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Then let's talk a little bit more about the origin of these farm-to-table taquitos, because where I'm come from, taquitos come in exactly 2 varieties. Taquitos you made your damn self because, you want to eat some tasty taquitos. And taquitos that,
you get from a gas station?
That's the one. Or the box, the giant frozen box at the grocery store. Because, most restaurants you go to don't really serve them because, they take up labor time in the kitchen, but don't really make that much money because who's going to order a fucking taquito? So I want to know, did you make these taquitos? Did they come out of the frozen box at the grocery store? What's the poop?
Nah, they came out of the frozen box from the grocery store, but I finessed them, man. I re-seasoned them. I slowly refried them, and they came out pretty good. I had a good time. They had a good crunch. The meat was adequately salted, and, I had the cheese and the pico, so, it was good.
I thought it was a cronch. I thought we were on cronch now instead of crunch.
What the fuck?
Crunch!
I'm not sure what's happening.
Glad I'm not the only one.
I've been on Tumblr too long.
That makes sense. I haven't been on Tumblr in years. I still have an account. Don't get me wrong, but I have not spent any serious time. I'm a Twitter goon now, and a food blogger on Instagram. Apparently, that's what I'm doing.
I'm not on Instagram because although all my friends who cosplay say I should get an Instagram so that I can share cosplay stuff. but, like, I don't cosplay that often, so. But they're like, you'd cosplay more if you, like, were on Instagram, because you'd see us cosplaying all the time and you'd be motivated. And I'm like, I mean, you're probably right, but still.
Where does one cosplay if you're not at, like, say, a giant-ass convention? You don't just, like, shuffle down to the fucking Circle K and be like, well, right now I'm Abraham Lincoln. You know,
well, actually about that. So, first of all, there's a vibrant and continuous cosplay community on Instagram, especially people that, like, cosplay from home until their cons come around. I follow a couple of them, actually, mostly because they're cute. They're all also, you know, like the Patreon cosplayers, which usually do lewds, but not always. And so, like, they use that as just, like, a running source of income, which, like, they make appearances at cons. Sometimes they do different appearance deals and stuff like that. And, like, it's a cool way to travel. Like, they're out here doing it, man. Like, it doesn't always require a con. Some people just, like, make a lot of stuff because they really enjoy cosplay. Also, there's a local cosplayer here, and he occasionally works for Disney. Like, it started when he worked for Disney, and he has a really solid Captain Jack Sparrow cosplay that he just kind of wears around. Like, he's just out in the world dressed as Jack Sparrow.
Allow me to be the first to say, geez, what an asshole.
I mean, it's a thing. Lots of kids still like Jack Sparrow. Like, don't be mean to them.
Lots of kids still like Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, kids, like small children. Be nice.
There are no kids that like Jack Sparrow.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, there are.
Brian Cartwright, you're clearly out of touch with the kids.
You're super out of touch with the kids. Like, just because the older kids know that Johnny Depp is, like, super problematic and stuff doesn't mean that the small children who like pirate movies don't still like Jack Sparrow.
That first movie came out, like, fucking 15 years ago. Literally. I'm not even using that word wrong. It literally came out 15 years ago.
Yeah, but there's
a new one that came out last year.
Yeah.
No one gave a shit.
Small children who like pirates gave a shit.
Yep.
Didn't they, Roman? Roman's complaining. Roman likes pirates. You're insulting him. Yeah,
no, Roman knows what's up. He's out there being like, no one gives a shit. I hear him.
Co-opting the...
I am hard-pressed to think of a film series that had a more, like, fucking ridiculous drop-off in quality from first film to subsequent films that kept on going for as long as it did.
Saw.
May I raise you the Star Wars prequels?
I think
are you mad?
No, I think that's a different thing because, like...
It's still a drop-off in quality.
Oh, no, to be sure, absolutely. But, like, if you look at, like, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, pretty good. In fact, some would say better than Star Wars. Sure, Return of the Jedi is a little touch and go. There are those fucking Muppets.
I can't believe you're mad at... Well, no, I believe that you're mad at Ewoks. You're probably not a child the first time you saw it.
Oh my god, Rocky, do you think I'm 80? Like...
No. I'm just saying, like, it's important because, like, there's, like, a age threshold. It's, like, somewhere between 9 or 10. And, like, when you see Ewoks for the first time at that age, you're not gonna like Ewoks. But, like, when you're, like, 5 or 6 the first time you see Ewoks, you're gonna think Ewoks are dope.
Like, if you're like me and you don't really enjoy Star Wars, you're gonna think they're cute. Because they're tiny murder teddy bears! Oh my goodness.
But, like, do either of you guys like Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest?
Wait, was that the one with the Kraken?
That's kind of my fucking point. You've got no clue. Like,
no,
because they all run together. You just know that, like, Johnny Depp is going to do a thing where he's, like, acting like he can barely stand up, and he's all like, oh, the rum, savvy. Oh, and just that for 2.5 hours.
I mean, that's basically the character.
Like, it was a good time. Like, I'm not gonna uphold it as, like, a part of both important or even, like, the most entertaining cinema. But, like, I had a good time, man. Like, I don't know. It didn't change my life, but it was fine. It's a movie.
I mean, I did go see that one that came out last year, and the reason I went to see it was out of this like kind of like weird sense of like obligation. Like there was some part of me that's like, well, there's a new Pirates movie. Let me go pay my Disney tax.
Wait, you didn't want to see Javier Bardem? Because that's why I went. I thought Javier Bardem was going to kill it.
You know, I thought that was like the main, like when I came out of the theater being like, well, I guess I'm not going to like hang myself in the master bedroom closet. The main reason I chose not to do that was Javier Bardem. Like, he was pretty solid. But, like, that whole plot where, like, Jeffrey Rush is like, I'm your secret daddy. Rawr.
Oh,
just
yeah.
like...
Yeah, no, that was whack. But,
like...
Whatever. Like, he's just trying to he's trying to lay some Oscar bait that he's not going to get.
Well, that's the wrong place to do that, Jeffrey Rush.
Yeah. Maybe he'll get that Kid's Choice Award. We'll see.
Oh God, I live to see the day where fucking Johnny Depp in full stupid Jack Sparrow regalia wanders out on stage at Nickelodeon, gets slimed, and then falls on his old shitty ass because of the slime all over the stage.
Have you ever been slimed?
Take it, this isn't that kind of podcast. This is not that kind of podcast.
Have you ever been slimed?
Wait, have you been slimed?
I've been slimed.
That's actually kind of dope. Tegan, tell us about the time you got slimed, for posterity.
I was at like the Nickelodeon park.
Okay.
And I got called up on stage to do a thing, and it was one of those, like, you have to do this in this many minutes or whatever, and like we did it, and so the reward was we got slimed. And so, like, me and two other kids got slimed, and then they had to, like, take us into, like, the backstage area, and they were like, okay, and this is where there are these, like, giant, like, showers, and it's like, you go under there with all your clothes on, and you just wash the slime off. Slime's actually kind of tasty, by the way.
Oh.
So, like, whenever people get it in their mouth, it's always like, oh, that looks so gross, but it's actually kind of tasty. So...
I've never, thank you for that, just for the sake of the internet. But also, I've always really been confused about the prospect of getting slimed as a reward. Like,
yeah. Like, it doesn't sound
weird,
like
right?
it's something that's a reward, but, like, I guess it's because it's Nickelodeon. Like,
I don't know
it's
if
just
that's
like,
right. Like, we just decided, like, we slime people, guys. And you know what? You can do this thing for the privilege of being slimed. Like, that's...
Yeah, everybody basically went, yep, okay.
Oh, man.
I just want to
so
see
ridiculous.
them take the Kids' Choice Awards in, like, some weird directions. Like, hey, what up, everybody? It's the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. This year we got Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And just...
Oh, no.
Yeah, and just see how that goes.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I don't think we can reasonably slime Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I know she'd go along with it, but, like... Dude. Oh, that's weird. Okay, can we talk about video games? Can we do that? Is that cool with anyone?
Rocky, have you played any of them? Like, are you into that scene? Is that what this podcast is about?
I mean, I'm not a gamer like Roseanne Barr, but like...
For fuck's sake.
I've been playing a little bit of Celeste, and like, it's dope. I think I'm at the end of the thing. I have the double jump now, and I'm running through the gauntlet, and it's fun as shit, dude. I really like this game. Like, it's really beautiful. I can't wait to do the B-sides. I actually need to go back and get the B-side for one of the stages. It's like the 4th stage. I think it might actually be the temple.
God, I got out of that. I finished getting out of that hotel, and Jesus, sweet goddamn fuck. God damn it, Rocky. That is the most terrifying shit.
Brian, you're not ready. Like, the stage immediately after the hotel is really, like, wild. It's bananas. But, yeah, like, Mr. Oshiro, who, like, basically trips out on you and decides to try to, like, kill you after you're running over the roof of his hotel while firing ghost heads at you and shit. Game is wild, man.
Oh, I pretty much spent that whole sequence where Mr. Oshiro is chasing you, just going like, like I was a balloon that someone was squeezing. It was bad, but good.
It's terrifying, man.
Yeah. Oh, Tegan, you need to play this stressful game.
Yeah, you gotta play this game.
You gotta play this stressful game,
Do
Tegan.
I have to? Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, this is one of those.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try.
He's a good time. It's actually not long, and it's like it handles like a lot of like mental health stuff really interestingly, and there's some interesting psych horror like that's all wrapped in a very clean platformer.
It's like I'm not used to coming to platformers for the story,
True.
but Celeste brings it. Like it really good narrative in a platformer. Super good.
It's up to like Braid level of quality in terms of story. Also, like the green haired like ex-lover dude is definitely like a character I really want to come back, and I haven't gotten anything from him, so I'm a little like low-key disappointed because I haven't seen him in a while.
The green-haired ex-lover dude.
Yeah. There's a payphone conversation that like Celeste has that they just never follow up on. Or maybe he's on the B-sides. Oh, that'd be super dope. I gotta play through the B-sides. Because also on every level, like in like you're platforming and stuff, so you have to get through the level. And then there are special zones where you have to grab strawberries. It's like bonuses. Mm-hmm. And then there's also there's like special rooms in each level that have like even more difficult like platforming sections where the platforms actually disappear. Like there's not just the level, and you have to get through them to get a cassette tape, and there's a cassette tape in each level. And I know that once you get all 7 cassette tapes, they unlock a special level for you to go to. And in addition, like the cassette tapes give you like a B-side, which is like an alternate, more difficult version of the level. And there's like timers associated with it, so like speedrunning is definitely wild. I've seen some stuff. It looks really good. Like there are people that just like rip through this game. It's crazy sick. I'd like to see like a time like on a true 100% run for like the whole game. I'd be really interested in seeing how that actually plays out.
Yeah. Rocky, have you been playing anything other than one of the best platformers to come out in years?
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, I'm still playing Monster Hunter. I was actually hunting with both podcasts, Brian and Hennessy, who's also a Brian. Oh wait, podcast? Yeah, no, that was this week, right?
Yep.
Brian,
yeah.
Okay.
Like that. I actually, because of that, have fresh Monster Hunter thoughts this week. By all means.
Yeah. So I did my weeklies. Actually, I've done both weeklies already. And like I hunted an elder dragon named Valhazak, and since I like had to hunt him repeatedly, I actually found some extra stuff. Like there's a zone in Rotted Vale where you can drop stones like on top of the monster for bonus damage, and like I just never used those before. And now that I'm aware of them, it makes the fight a lot easier. Cause like Valhazak's kind of a pain in the ass. And I've been messing around with more bow tech. Like I think I have like a good like cycling combo, and using the movement to like get better shots as opposed to just using it to get charge shots like repeatedly is also something I've been doing. I went fishing this week, which I've just been putting off. Because I still have like silver quests I don't have access to, and I'm not sure how to unlock them, and I don't want to look it up. So I ran around catching, like fish, and it was actually surprisingly chill in comparison to like fighting a lot of the monsters that I've been fighting. There's also a bird that I need to get, and that's super annoying. I think I'm gonna do it this week, so I can just hang out a bit more and chat. Where I have to bounce between Ancient Forest and Wildspar Waste. Because the bird is a random spawn that spawns on the back of, like, the regular, like, herbivore dinosaurs. And so I just need to keep popping in between those two zones until I see them, and then I can catch it. But I did, like, 20 switches yesterday afternoon, and I didn't get it. So it's probably going to take a while, so I might as well do that.
So I hung out on Monster Hunter Monday. I participated. And so I had an observation, had a thought, had a feel. I spent a lot of time running around on Monster Hunter Monday, being very frustrated while I was playing Monster Hunter.
Oh, yeah?
Why, yes, Tegan. I was having what I would call maybe not the best time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not the best time.
Not the best time. And so, like, I think that the thing right now with Monster Hunter that is really digging in my craw the most, it is a combination of two things in the way they work together to make the other thing worse. Thing number one, it takes so long to fail. Like, it takes like 900 years to be bad at Monster Hunter World. Mm-hmm. So you'll be like running around being bad at this video game. And you're like, I'm not good at this video game. And then the game is like, well, we see that you're bad. You're very terrible. And in roughly 40 minutes or so, you'll fail out of this mission. You'll wash out. Congratulations to you. And you're like, man, video game, it sounds really not fun to take that long to fail. Can I fail faster? And they're like, well, no, because your primary problem is monster tracking. So it's not like you can fail any faster. And you have just enough dodge tech up that when you actually find the monster, that what you'll do is you'll spend the better part of a fucking half hour rolling around the monster like an asshole, but never being able to build enough time to roll around him and then hit him. So you'll then spend 20 minutes hitting the monster like once and then just time out of the mission. Like, wow, game, that sounds really not fun. Is there any way I can get people in here to play with me right now? Why, no, Brian. You can't. And this leads me to my other main problem right now. Not being able to easily play with other people because I still need to watch one of the 900 cutscenes that are part of everything. Tegan, what's the opposite of fun?
Not fun.
That's what I'm having.
You are having a time.
I'm having a time.
That's what I say. It is a time.
Yeah. And
it's not necessarily a good time. It's not necessarily a bad time. It's just a time other than what you wish you could be having. Yes. I know.
It's like when things are going well in the game, they feel real good. Like I definitely do enjoy when things go well in that game. Like, I guess it was a couple weeks ago, the game told me, chase down this monster who carries a rock around in his hand. And I killed that monster all by myself, had to find him, did that, murdered him. And that was one of the times I murdered a monster without anybody's help. Felt good. But there are so many just steep inclines in the difficulty of that game where they're like, congratulations. Well, you've murdered this thing. Now go chase Anjanath. Why? What did I ever do to him?
Fuck?
You're killing a pillar of the community.
Exactly.
It's disrupting the ecosystem, man. No, Anjanath is a big enough and dangerous enough monster that it'll destroy the ecosystem by simply being there. It breathes fire. Every small monster that normally has habitats runs away from it, which makes it move into other habitats. Jagrats are fighting Aptonauts. Kestodons are fighting the other endemic life. There's no safe place for monsters to just hang out anymore because Anjanath is running through and killing stuff.
Great. So, if he's so bad, why can't I find him?
Because he's running around.
What you need to do is that you need to pick up, when you see... Oh! That's a big thing. When I'm looking for Anjanath in Ancient Forest, you want to drop into Area 8 and not Area 1. Because when you run out of Area 8, immediately when you run out, you should see a footprint and a mucus splash on the left-hand side. And following that puts you on a path to follow the engine.
The game does nothing to surface the value of the different drop locations. Nothing. Like, it's just like, hey, there are multiple drop locations. And so my reaction to this is always like, I don't know. And I just pick the first one because the game doesn't, underscore that there is value to the different locations. And so I'm just like, okay, I guess. And I've always assumed that there was value if I knew what the fuck I was doing. But in every zone I go to or every zone I've been to thus far, the location I pick to drop into is just whatever the first one is on the list.
Yeah, that sounds like a hunter problem, but it's also something that I feel like the game should have taken more time to explain. Not just like, you can drop into different locations, and that's it. Like,
what it does is that correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, the mission that he did before that, barring, Puke Puke, he had just got the second drop location. Like, that was the thing he just did. Like, he fought Kulayaku, and then he got the request to find the second camp and then go fight Puke Puke, and then it has you go fight Anjanath, because you had just gotten that new drop location. So, like, the game, it doesn't tell you to go to this camp, but it's like, you got a new camp. Maybe try it out.
So it's it's find the new camp, kill the ostrich with the rock, kill Pukey.
I thought we agreed he was a flamingo.
He's a flamingo.
Okay, kill the flamingo with the rock.
Pink.
I'm sorry. So it's find the camp, kill the flamingo with the rock, kill Pukey Pukey, then kill Anjanath.
Right.
So...
Because also Anjanath is the unidentified monster when you're running around in the Puke Puke quest.
He's not unidentified if you spend way too long running around in the Puke Puke quest and you pick up all the stuff for him.
Well, no. Actually, even if you pick up everything, which I actually did, it still shows up as triple question mark. Like, when you run into it, I don't think it actually identifies as Anjanath yet. I think you have to get the quest first.
Yep. And so then, like, after leaving the exciting world of the Ancient Forest, went off to the next zone, which I believe is Wildspire Waste.
Yes.
Where monsters there came in, like, I think 2 varieties.
Rock and mud?
I think there was... I think there was annoying and, geez, this feels like it should have been earlier. Those appear to be the 2 types of monsters that populate that area. Like, there was the one that was just like, yeah, I'm going to pound your ass into the dirt. And I'm like, man, this thing's going to pound my ass into the dirt. Like,
wait, is that Baroth?
That was Baroth.
Yeah, why not?
But then after that comes, like, fucking Muddy Mud Skipper, who's like, hey, I'm Muddy Mud Skipper. And just like...
Oh, Giratotus?
Yeah, but like... He
mudfish
has this incredibly easy movement pattern and, like, a very limited range of locations where he goes. So, like, even my silly ass was able, like, oh, so basically you're just going to go back and forth between these 2 locations continuously and, like, have this giant signal to the player every time you're going to do your little charge thing where you might as well, like, hang out a fucking neon sign that says fresh hot donuts about to charge. And... and... like, it's very easy to, like, do a murder to that fish. And, like, it's like, it feels like it should have come, like, maybe after Jagras. And I'm like, why is this fish here? Why is this fish part of the progression at this point? Because there's shit like that I feel like I would not have been able to get past at all unless I was somehow able to, like, Jenga my way into having other people in my hunt. And then I got to this fish, and I'm like, I could have murdered this fish, like, 4 missions ago, and it would have felt like an appropriate place in the progression for it. And then eventually I got to this whole mission that just didn't even feel like it was anything. It felt like it was like a 9-year-long cutscene that occasionally I had to load cannonballs. Or just like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then they're like, okay, now ride the thing onto the back of that giant monster. And I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. Until I got there, and I'm like, everything looks the same. And I spent like 20 minutes running around, like, because everything looks the same. Until like a giant, like, monster zit popped, and I died. So then I had to get back on the monster's back, and then like a smaller monster showed up who was on the back of the bigger monster. So I guess he was like a flea, but a monster. And they're like, okay, that's Ner Gigante. Like, hit him just once, like maybe twice, 3 times a lady, and then this mission will be over. And when the mission was over, I was like, I feel like I didn't do anything. Like, I felt like I spent like a half hour being confused to do nothing.
That's kind of how that mission goes, actually. Also, I want to say something about Giratotis. I think that's actually the ease of which that you fought it. I mean, Giratotis is kind of a joke, but as far as the progression goes, I think it's because it's one of the first monsters that has a really low stun threshold, which makes the hammer very effective against it. Like, I think that's like something that's skewed towards you, because like fighting like something like Anjanath with hammer isn't generally a good idea.
And
like,
so, like,
usually
is what this game's trying to tell me that, like, Brian, you need to learn more than one kind of weapon?
I wouldn't say that. Because, like, all the monsters are fightable. Like, I think one of the issues that I want to say is that I don't think Monster Hunter is designed for you to cruise through it. Like, that's not what it's for.
Well, Rocky, there's a difference between cruise through it and coming up against a wall that you're able to understand and define the shape of. Like, there are sections I have experienced in, like, say, Celeste, where I'm like, Jesus fuck, like, this is absolutely killing me, and it's going to take a while, and I can describe exactly what shape this nightmare is, and, like, why this nightmare is hard, and have some fundamental understanding of the skills that will be required in order to advance. Like, when I was sitting there, like a balloon being, deflated, running from Mr. Oshiro and died like lots, I knew exactly what I needed to do. Like, I had an understanding of the requirements. I was able to go like, okay, I need to do that. But, like, Monster Hunter is like taking an angry, passive-aggressive person to dinner. You're like, what do you want from me? And they're just like, I don't know. What do you think I want? And you're like, well, fuck you, Monster Hunter. And you just, like, leave the Applebee's.
Why did you go to Applebee's, man?
That's probably why
Millennials
they're
are trying
angry.
to kill them for a reason. No, okay. Because I do know that, like, a lot of the early game stuff, like, is gated through cutscenes. That's a lot of what it is. But I feel like, I know what I can do. I actually have, like, a lot of low-rank investigations now. And that's actually how I got used to a lot of the monsters' patterns. Like, you just fight them repeatedly until you get it. And it's a lot of what like Dave Lang, because I've really been thinking about this, Dave Lang said about fighting games. And I think it's just a lot of, like, that applies to PvE as well. That fighting games are about knowing what your character can do and knowing what your opponent can do, and then staying out of their threat and pressing your advantage when you have it. I think a lot of, like, what Monster Hunter is that, like, I'm not sure how familiar you are with the hammer, but I don't know. Like, I feel like you learn more about it. But also, you don't really know what the monsters are doing. Like, you're ending up trying to fight them, like, and trying to, like, get after them. Like, and so when you end up in situations when it's you versus monster, like, you don't know where the initiative is, and you don't know how to press it when you have it. And so getting acclimated to that space, I think, would help you play the game a bit better. But once again, that takes time and potentially investment. And I'm not sure how much knowledge it requires, at least at this point, because I already have a lot of it. But I'm not sure if that actually passes the threshold of what you're interested in learning to have fun playing the game.
I mean, it's weird because, like, I see that Monster Hunter is, for the most part, a cool community which isn't jerks about it. Like, people who like Monster Hunter love Monster Hunter. They're very passionate about Monster Hunter. They want other people to be passionate about Monster Hunter. It's one of those. Like, it's not like, say, half of the Dark Souls community that's just like, well, you need to get good. And you're like, well, how do I get good? And they're like, well, if you were going to get good, you'd know. And then they, like, saunter off.
Yeah. Or
it's not like the FGC. It's like, go watch some YouTube videos, yo, and then they walk away. It's not that. Like, Monster Hunter people care and love it, and I'd love to be able to participate in that community and that culture, but, like, Monster Hunter sure doesn't want that. And it's weird because, like, I look at like a lot of the things that I was saying last year about Splatoon 2, Tegan, and I see it's almost like Nintendo had a magical elf that like sat in my office and listened to like so many of the complaints I had about quality of life in Splatoon 2 and how that quality of life stuff made it more inaccessible for somebody who was interested in Splatoon but didn't have that background with the series. And they're like, hey, how about we make a whole bunch of like quality of life changes to this game, some subtle, some not so subtle, that all of a sudden make Splatoon 2 way the fuck more accessible and approachable for somebody who wants to, like, say, play that game. Like they prioritized accessibility for player onboarding. And I feel like Capcom made a whole bunch of fundamental changes to Monster Hunter World before putting this game out. You know, like, I've read about all these differences, but, like, it's kind of like they got through the changes they made before launch, and are like, yeah, now, fuck it. You know, like, people say stuff online, they're like, yeah, fuck it. Like, well, how about this? They're like, nah, fuck it. Well, how about this? No, let me think on it. Let me ruminate. Nah, fuck it. And so, like, we got Capcom out here, and you're like, well, Capcom, like, is there any possible way where I can just do a training area, which is, you know, maybe just me and, like, a monster? They're like, it sounds like a good idea, but, fuck it? Yeah, fuck it.
But that's okay, hold on. Brian, chill out for a second. One, like, that's what investigations are. Like, there are, like, 4 sections of quests. There are assigned quests, which allow you to progress the story. Optional quests, which gives you, like, access to tools and ingredients that, like, expand how well you would prepare for particular hunts. And then there are investigations, which are repeatable fights that you get by picking up tracks. And you can fight, like, Great Jagras ad infinitum by just picking up tracks and stacking investigations and equipping them. Like, that's all you really have to do. I have, like...
Rocky, wouldn't it be neat if somewhere in the game fucking told me what you just did?
In, like, at least as much detail as you just did,
like,
too. Because
seriously.
It mentions that stuff, like, very much in passing, and that's it, and you're just like, what am I doing? Okay, I guess I have no access to any of that information ever again. Cool.
But it's in your
I'm going to do my best imitation of Monster
Hunter. Where are my
Hunter.
Hunter notes? How do I access my Hunter notes?
Yeah,
what
when
the
you hit
fuck
the pause
is a
screen,
Hunter note?
when you hit the pause screen,
How do I pause?
It's
you
the
don't
options
understand.
button.
I'm trying so hard. I can't find anything.
Guys.
Please map me a real controller.
It's a PS4 pad, Tegan. Whatever, it's fine. Okay. I understand what you guys are saying, that there's definitely a lot of stuff going on, and
I'm going to do my best imitation of Monster Hunter World right now.
Okay.
Hunter, there's a series of things that I could teach you about right now, but instead, what I would like for you to do is run up 3 flights of stairs to go find that girl. She's not going to tell you anything either, but at least you'll have gone upstairs.
But, like, you get... Okay, so, like, when you guys actually... Like, when
That's
you start
so
something...
true,
like,
bro.
obviously, it's a lot of, like, too long, don't read stuff. But it's like, you pick up your first track, and it's like, hey, these tracks, these are how you track monsters. When you pick up a track, you have a chance to pick up an investigation, which is a quest that you can do later to farm the monster. And, like... And then it's like, okay, cool, but it's like 2 screens, and usually you just like, blah, blah, and then you skip through it and you keep running. And, like, there's a lot of stuff like that. Like, the first time you, like, pick up a piece of flora is, like, sometimes you can pick up items in the map. They can help you with your hunt. And it'll give you, like, the little, like, Navi screen things, but they are mostly a distraction in this otherwise, like, beautiful world. Like, I definitely understand that. But those are definitely all accessible. Like,
that whole game is beautiful world. Like, I've got no idea what the fuck is going on. Like, I'm just...
I'm just lost and want to play a game. To be fair, okay, when I was starting the game, I figured this isn't going to be that bad. I'm going to put all the audio in Japanese. And now I don't have time to read anything. I haven't figured out how to get back to my language selection screen to change it back to English. So I'm double lost because not only am I not able to read anything while I'm running around, I can't understand what they're saying to me when they're saying what I should be able to be reading on the screen.
Don't worry, Tegan, because my my language settings are supposed to be in English, but it's Greek to me.
Oh goodness.
It's okay. Guys, I'm gonna figure it out. I am going to crack the code. You guys are gonna like Monster Hunter. I have given up on the possibility of you guys loving it, which hopefully will reward me in the future. But that's moral desserts. Ugh, that's gross.
Moral desserts?
But no, not normal desserts. Just
moral, M-O-R-A-L. Is that what you said?
That is what I said.
Okay. What is a moral dessert?
It's when you do something.
Can I eat it?
No, you can't eat it.
Well, what's the point?
Yeah, Tegan, I know. Tegan, I've been there. Right. But man, there's a lot of really interesting stuff. But I've been a bad teacher. I have not been senpaiing you guys properly, and
I don't think we've both been on at the same time. We should do that. We should both get on at some point.
So,
and be like,
Tegan, let me allow you to sample the most demoralizing part of Monster Hunter Monday, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I spent like 2 hours getting my dick kicked in, and after 2 hours of getting my dick kicked in, I was like, yeah, Rocky, I think I'm gonna go, man. I'm out. Mm-hmm. All right. And so I'm still like closing down the game, and I haven't quite yet left party chat. At which point, Mr. Hennessy's like, okay, and now back to the real Monster Hunter Mondays.
Oh, no!
Okay, no, but guys.
Nice.
Hennessy's like actually a dick. I'm very sorry.
That's amazing.
Like,
no, I'm cool with that. That's funny.
Jesus.
That's some quality content right there.
I mean, I'm not arguing that it was quality content. In fact, it's A+ content. You know, smearing my blood on the stone is S tier, but like, man, I'm just going to go to my room and read, you know.
Is that what you did?
I did.
No!
Yeah.
Brian! We could have done investigations. I had 1 million of those. Like, we could have... actually... Okay. Brian, I want to do you a favor. I want to get you a full armor set with a weapon. I know exactly what to get you, and we can do it today or tomorrow if you'd like.
Let me think on it, okay? Let me think on it. I'll put it that way. Like Monster Hunter is doing a lot to like I said, I'm in the restaurant and I'm like, why are you mad at me? And Monster Hunter's like, why do you think? And just, it's rough.
What do you think you did?
Exactly.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
But Rocky, have you been playing any video games that don't hate me?
No, obviously not. He only plays games.
No. See, the thing is, Tegan, I've been playing Fortnite Battle Royale, and as we've discussed on this show, like the first time Brian played Battle Royale with me, we won Victory Royale. Like that's the thing that happened.
So basically, Brian's real good at Battle Royales.
Don't quote him on that. I mean, he's no Norm Macdonald, but like he's definitely out here.
I'm no Roseanne.
But man, like, it's been fun. I've been dropping like solo. I've been doing some squad work, and I'm a lot more comfortable now. Like I'm familiar with like the maps. I'm not just like running around trying to figure out what to do. Like I've gotten a couple royales under my belt, but nothing that I'm super proud of at the moment. It's just like I'm in the right place at the right time. Mm-hmm.
Did you get those royales on your phone?
No, I'm not going to do that. Like, I don't even own an iOS device, but I'm also just not going to do that. And, you know, like, I actually tried to play the day before recording, which is the day after some of our news, some of our big news, you know, Twitch records breaking and shit like that. And I like try to log in, and it was like, you know, it was a patch day, so it was going to be a little busy, you know, right? But when I try to log in, I'm in a queue to get into the game, and I'm just like, okay, I mean, I've been in queues before. I've played League, like I know what this is like, but my queue is 25 minutes long. Like the game is like, hey man, you want to play Fortnite? That's cool. You just got to wait half an hour, and it's just like,
why
fuck,
don't you
really?
play some? Why don't you play some Splatoon while you wait?
I could have done that. I could have just like switched my inputs, but nah, I just played Monster Hunter instead. Like,
You can play Splatoon in handheld.
How did you have time to play Monster Hunter while in a 25-minute queue? Like, it takes at least a year to Monster Hunter.
Okay, like, that's another thing. Like, so the time limit that the game gives you, that 50-minute time limit, that is usually just, like, time that allows you to fuck around. That's kind of how it works. Like,
that assumes you know what you're fucking doing. Like, that hour is fun. Like, as we have discussed, like Rocky can play Monster Hunter and be like, okay, I got time to kill 8 monsters, stop off at the 7-Eleven, knit my grandfather a sweater, and, like, register this man to vote. Like, I can do all that in the time limit and still get 3 carves from everything. But Brian is over here being like, oh, was it left by the waterfall? Okay, there's a man fishing. Hello. And then just like 19 years later,
3 years later. No, okay. But Brian, what I'm saying, because you remember, like, even back in the beta, remember? Like, we fought Anjanath, and we had 20 minutes to kill it, and we killed it in 16. Like, that was, like, with under-leveled gear. Like, with stuff that, like, we're not really, well, like, that's designed for us to fight him, like, effectively.
We
like,
had 20 minutes to kill it, and we killed it in 16. That doesn't sound, that's not that much of a, that's not, like, a huge time window there.
No, but what I'm saying, Tegan, that 20 minutes, that was in the beta, and that's because they didn't want us to explore everything. In the actual game, that 20-minute quest versus the same Anjanath is expanded to 50 minutes. Like, you can find and kill the Anjanath from scratch. And, like, the thing is that once you fight things, like, repeatedly, that's another thing, because Brian's, like, he's trying to progress through the story, so every time he's trying to find a new monster, he's kind of searching for it from scratch. But, like, when he finds a Jagras, like, in the same map, he's gonna pick up one Jagras thing, and it's gonna tell him where the Jagras is. Like, that's just it. Like, that's why, like, my hunts go a lot faster. Because I've fought things repeatedly enough that I've collected enough tracks that, like, I can find one track, and the monster immediately appears on the map, and I know how to get to it.
And I guess it's just because, like, I don't maybe find the idea of, like, grinding in this game to be terribly interesting or engaging. Like, I don't want to fight Jagras 900 times. I don't want to fight the Flamingo Rockman 875 times. Like, that doesn't sound fun to me.
Right.
Like, the idea of being like, hey, bud, do you want to fight the same 4 monsters for 20 hours? Because you can. And I'm like, or I don't want to. Like, what the fuck? Like, why do I want to fight these same 4 monsters 20 times? Like, well, if you do that, then you're going to get a 6 scarf. And I'm like, well, I mean, the scarf sounds great, but, like, that's 20 hours. I could be dead tomorrow. Do I really want to do that? Like,
okay, it's usually not that bad. Like, it's like, I understand that you're speaking in hyperbole. Like, it's fine. I definitely understand.
I could be dead in 10 minutes. Fuck. And then what? The game's gonna make fun of me because my timer ran out.
But that's what I mean. Okay, but Brian's timer running out is like Brian not having the fundamental skills that I should have made sure that he had when he's, like, doing stuff. Like, that's, I accept that as a personal failure. Like, I know what that means. Because to be honest, like, once you have a cleaner idea of, like, how to track monsters, like, how they're actually moving, it doesn't take that long to find them. And, like, fighting them, even less so. And so, like, even with, like, even leveled gear, like, even with, like, level 1 gear, like, I've seen, like, people, like, kill the Anjanath with, like, rank 1 weapons and, like, naked armor, and, like, they've killed it in, like, 10 minutes. Like, it looks really slow because the numbers are really low, but it's still doable, like, once you have a better handle of, like, how Anjanath moves and how you move. And, like, Brian doesn't have that information, and that's what's stopping him from, like, moving forward. I'm not sure how much information he actually needs at this point, but, like, that's something that I can figure out.
Well, maybe that and the cutscenes. The cutscenes are also preventing me from moving forward because
the cutscenes are awful. Like, they're
are
legitimately terrible. So,
like, I'm like, holy shit! Like, I sit there through them, like They are bad enough that while I am experiencing them, I have a hard time thinking of worse cutscenes. Now, like, once I am out of the moment, I can definitely think of worse cutscenes, but, like, while
It
experiencing...
just stole your attention?
Yeah, I'm like, wow, Jesus, fuck. Like, these are bad. These are bad. Tegan, have you been playing any controversial games?
I did! I played a couple.
What's up?
So I started Fee the other day. Remember I downloaded it a couple weeks ago while I was trying to do something else, and I played Gora Go while I was waiting for Fee to download, and I never played Fee. So I started playing Fee, and I've discovered I really hate it when games don't have explicit tutorials.
Okay.
I'm real lost. I kind of figured some stuff out, but I don't get a sense of reward from that. I get a sense of, like, why the fuck couldn't you just tell me this is how this thing worked? Shut up. It's not a low-key bonus excuse to bitch about Monster Hunter. It's serious, because I noticed I have the same problem. I had that problem with Monster Hunter. I had that problem with Gorogoa. I had that problem with Fee. This is two's a coincidence, three's a pattern. This is a thing I don't like in video games. I don't like it when you don't say, hey, here's how you use this power, this is what you do with it. And I'm like, and then, like, you can do some other stuff with it, you know? Yeah, I know, stop it. But, like, yeah, I don't like it when there isn't some sort of tutorial level that lets me kind of, like, if you're not gonna tell me how to walk and run and stuff, and, like, that's fine. But, like, in Fee, you have to sing with the animals, right? To get them to do stuff.
Right.
Different animals have different songs. That makes sense. I didn't understand. There was this big, like an eyeball on a stick. But it was, imagine if the eyeball was a speaker. Okay, so it was like a Regirock, basically. The Pokemon. That's what it kind of looked like, except, like, upside. So instead of, like, the sound thing on its, like, the ball part was the top, and then there was, like, a stick into the ground, basically. And it was, like, it was just bopping along, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I walked up with it, and I kind of looked at it, and it did a thing, and I was like, oh, I can sing with this thing, neat, okay. And then it's like, here's how you sing, and it just had, like, the volume control going up and down, and I'm like, so, do I have to do it in time with how this thing is moving, or, like, what? And it was, like, probably 6 minutes of me just trying to figure out what it wanted me to do, when what it wanted me to do was sync my volume with what the thing was, and that was it teaching me how to sing with different creatures. And, like, it was real frustrating, because I'm like, what is this? I'm trying to do the timing thing that it's showing me, but, like, it's not working. And then it's like, and so I had to, like, walk away from it, like, walk away, run around the area a little bit, and then walk back up to it, and try again to figure it out. And it was real frustrating, because, like, dang, you could have just said, if you match tones with people, then, like, then you'll be able to, like, communicate with them, and that would have been so much easier than just, like, look at this thing going up and down, fucking figure it out. It's like, oh, so frustrated. And now I'm trying to get these bird eggs back from these spooky monster things, that have, like, they are the same kind of thing. They have, like, they look like the Regirocks, but they're tall, and, like, they move like crabs, but then they stand up. And when they stand up, they could hurt you. And when they're nearby, and they sense you're around, the screen goes all red. But it doesn't show you where the monster is, it just goes all red. And you're just like, well, fuck me. What do I do? And there's no, like, it doesn't tell you what to do, but turns out you can hide in bushes.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't tell you that for, like, 10 extra minutes. So I was like, oh god, what do I do? And I, like, ran into a bush and I was like, is this gonna work? I don't know. And then I'm like, the other bushes are glowing. Do I have to sing to make this bush glow? Or is that going to draw the monsters to me? Help. And nothing, I just was like, please don't. Please, 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 please. I can't see you. I was like that spider. You know the spider that like buries himself in the sun? I can't see you, and you can't see me, and so I am hidden. Oh my god, it was such a mess. But it is very pretty, and the music's very nice. So I'm gonna try and keep at it, but like, damn. The nice thing is, though, I befriended a little tiny weird hummingbird, and it's like, and it said explicitly, hey, if you're lost, sing, and when the hummingbird shows up, if you sing again, it'll show you where the fuck you're supposed to be going. And I was like, nice! That kind of tutorial work, I need a little bit more of in this game.
So, Tegan.
Yeah.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, one of the favorite games that we had on this podcast was a video game called The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. A video game that takes great pride in not telling the player much of anything. It just dumps you out of that shrine of resurrection. Is like, I don't know, motherfucker, do it. And we had, you and I, a very good time with that video game.
Yes.
So I am wondering, what is it about that? And, you know, Assassin's Creed Origins is kind of the same bucket. Like, they just dump you out into Egypt and they're like, okay, do it. And, like, there's a lot about the systems in that game which are not surfaced to the player immediately. So what is it about these games that, like, played our banjo, but like some of these other games that just don't? You know, like I think it's interesting that like Goragoa appears to be like a split decision. Like I really enjoyed it. It sounds like
I'm real frustrated still.
Right. But
I think I know.
Okay.
I think I know what the difference is. We already know those games' rules.
Yep.
We've played Zelda games with tutorials. We've played Assassin's Creed games with tutorials. We know their basic boundaries. And so when it takes those away, we still kind of understand how the game functions. Because it's still an Assassin's Creed game. It's still a Legend of Zelda game. You know you need your bombs. You know you can climb stuff. You know how the perch stuff works. Like that, we're familiar enough with the world that we can go and have fun without the tutorial mode. Whereas these games are new territory that we're unfamiliar with, or at least I'm unfamiliar with, and so it doesn't help us. So Rocky's having a blast in Monster Hunter World with the, like, mini pseudo tutorials because he already gets it. Whereas you and I are fucking struggling as hell because we don't get it. And so, like, it's like a familiarity problem.
And what I think is especially interesting about this is that, like, with both Zelda and Assassin's Creed, I think that, like, what they did, at least systemically, was trick us into a sense of familiarity. Because if you look at the way those two games fundamentally work, like the way you are playing them mechanically, and I don't mean like in the context of like world building or like story or any of that stuff, I just mean like the way you mechanically interact with the environment. They are dramatically different from their predecessors. Like the way Breath of the Wild plays is nothing like the way Ocarina of Time plays. They are.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
No. I feel like
disagree.
Breath of the Wild. I feel like Breath of the Wild doesn't do like Ocarina, but it's a lot closer to Wind Waker and a 3D A Link to the Past.
Yeah, it's very much still like a traditional Zelda, just with different, like, it's got traditional Zelda rules in it, but it doesn't follow traditional Zelda conventions.
So, like, if I were a person who, like, say, like, let's say Zelda, Breath of the Wild was only available in English, but I didn't speak English, and I only knew about, my understanding of Zelda only came from visual clues that I was able to interpret from, pushing and pulling at systems. like I do a thing and I'm like, oh, that's what happens, because like I could never read on screen text.
I feel like if I had a person who had never physically played Wind Waker, who had possibly watched clips of Let's Plays, and then like gave them Breath of the Wild, they would be all right. Like I don't think they'd have a bad time.
I think that one of the things that would happen with that person, this hypothetical person who had only seen YouTube clips of Wind Waker, one of the first things that they would do is go, why can't I get my health back? Because
wait, in Breath of the Wild?
Yeah. Because
you totally get your health back.
Oh, sure. You know that. I know that, because it's one of those things which is subtle, but
in Wind Waker, you don't just regen your health either.
No, you're absolutely right. You don't just regen your health, but like the series up until that point had, delivered health recovery in the form of hearts.
Right.
But Breath of the Wild fundamentally changed the health recovery system.
Right, because you get it through food instead. I think through a series of trial and error, you would probably be able to figure out the health recovery stuff.
Sure, and that's what I'm saying. I don't
think it would take that long either, because there's like the food sparkles. You're supposed to pick it up, So
also, like, if all I had played were like, say, Wind Waker, Ocarina, hell, even Skyward Sword, then like, if I
somebody who doesn't speak English, get in on this.
And I came to an area and I'm like, gee, what I need to get to is like way up there. Let me run around ad nauseum trying to find a route to get, like obviously the path that'll lead me to the top of this mountain is somewhere. Like the idea of like the way Breath of the Wild uses stamina, and the idea of like the surface of like every object being interactable. That, and another thing that like the Zelda games did a lot in between Link to the Past and up to Skyward Sword, with a few exceptions, like Link Between Worlds being one of them, is having a lot of like linearity. Like the idea being that like there is a correct answer as to what order things happen in.
Right.
And that does not necessarily exist in Breath of the Wild. Like the idea being that like there are things that can happen in any order, but the reason that you're willing and comfortable to push against like these fundamental changes in systems is the idea that like they're kind of like functioning as like a salve or a tonic to kind of ease the transition, is a familiarity with world, a familiarity with narrative, a familiarity with lore. Like we are willing to like.
Well, if you played Ocarina of Time, there isn't, after you get through the first 3 dungeons and you become Adult Link, you don't have to go through those last 6 dungeons in any particular order. There's an easier order to go through them, but you don't have to do it in that order. And it's the same way with Breath of the Wild. You don't have, like, there's an easier way, there's an easier order for you to do the Divine Beasts in, but you don't have to do it in that order. Like, fuck it, So I feel like...
No, you said fuck it, and I said we'll do it live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing it live. But yeah. So, like, I don't know. I seriously think that the reason that we didn't bitch about Breath of the Wild having a lack of tutorials is because, we're familiar with the system, so we can kind of figure out stuff, and the stuff that we didn't necessarily know, there were, like, pop-ups for,
Well,
and there isn't a lot of talking in Breath of the Wild. It is all, like, reading. So as long as you're able to play the game in a language you can read, there are ways to figure it out,
I've never actually finished an Assassin's Creed game before Origins.
Really?
Yep. The series has never been terribly interesting to me, and by the time Ubisoft got to a point where they had, like, effectively annualized the series, where, like, this year there's pirates. I'm like, okay, alright, fine, fuck it. You know, like, when games get annualized, like, they have to work a lot harder to get my attention. And so, like, when they finally did get my attention with Origins, I was like, ooh, okay. Like, because I had never played more than, like, say, you know, an hour or two of any previous Assassin's Creed game before I ever fell off of it. Like, and I had only tried twice before. You know, I played Assassin's Creed 4 for 2 hours and then fell off of it. And I played Assassin's Creed Freedom's Cry for 2 hours and fell off of it. But, so, like, the idea of, like, having just, like, a fundamental understanding of the structure of the game wasn't something that I necessarily had in that case, because, like, I did not have, you know, like, years and years and years of, like, say, playing all the Zelda games, you know, under my belt. You know, that wasn't something I had in that case. But, like, the way that the game said, hey, just get out there and mess around, felt like a more accessible way of saying, hey, get out there and mess around. And, oh my God, we've got to move on. Like, man, we had some Monster Hunter thoughts this week. Jesus Christ.
That's important.
Are you okay, Brian?
I'm going to get there. Ultimately, I will at some point get there. Tegan.
Yeah.
Did you play any other games that were not vaguely cloaked excuses to talk about Monster Hunter?
I did.
Okay.
Alex and I are playing Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, and I say Alex and I are playing it because Alex is playing it, and I am watching it, because Fatal Bullet, surprise, is a shooter, and I'm, surprise, real shit at shooters. This is not new information for us, like, at all. I'm bad at shooters. I know I'm bad at shooters, and I was like, I did the tutorial part and was like, I can't fucking do this. And I was like, Alex, I really want to play this game. I want to play this weeb game so bad, but I can't do the controls. Will you play this weeb game for me? And he was like, I mean, yeah, I'll try it out, you know, since you really want to do it. And I was like, okay, thank you. And so he did, the tutorial mode, like, the tutorial dungeon, while I took a shower or whatever. And then when I came back, he was like, okay, we're gonna switch over to your game, and I'll play on your game. And he is just running around like I was, like, trying to be very strategic, so I was, like, ducking behind cover, and, like, I did the thing. Okay, so remember in Monster Hunter where I was, like, running up to monsters and sharpening my sword?
Yep.
This is what I'm doing, okay? I have to duck, so I run up to the cover, and I aim. And then I go, no, I want to duck. I shoot. I pull back. I run the other direction. I try to run up again to go behind the cover. I crouch. So now I'm crawling to the cover. I can't figure out how to stand back up. Cool. Okay. So I'm just gonna wiggle out to the side and lean out to shoot. I can't lean out to shoot yet, because I'm not close enough, maybe. So then I wiggle out a little bit more. I'm getting shot the entire time this is going on. I wiggle out a little bit more. I can't figure out how to lean out. So I'm still crouched. I just wiggle out so that I am now I'm exposed from the cover, and then I shoot. But I have to actually aim myself. So I'm swinging the camera around like a crazy ass, trying to get it so the little marker is on the target so I can shoot while I'm getting shot the entire time. I'm bad at shooters.
It takes practice.
I'm bad. Like, and the thing is, like, I'm great at Splatoon. I'm just real shit at this, and, like, whatever. Anyway, I know. So Alex is just, like, running around like it's nothing. He's figured out you can run by pushing the left stick while you're shooting. Or while you're walking. Like, that's how, and the left stick is your walk also. So, like, you're supposed to left stick and walk at the same time. Like, push in while you're, and I'm like, I can't figure I'm moving so slow, I can't figure it out. And Alex is just like, run, shoot, while I'm running. Shoot, run, reload. Yeah, run, shoot. And I'm gonna change my gun, I'm gonna shoot some more. And now I'm gonna snipe while I'm moving. Cause I could do that. Cause I'm Alex, and I'm good at shooters. And I'm like, Jesus, fuck. And I'm just like, I'm watching him play this. And the other characters, they have a healing ability called a heal bullet, where you shoot your ally with a bullet that heals them. Cause it's a gun game. And like, that's the whole thing, is it's this big gun game. And I'm like, okay, that's not how that works. And I'm like, also, Alexander, if I was playing this game actually with you, like if this were a real game we were playing together, I would be real fucking pissed trying to heal you or support you in any way, because you're running around like a fucking nut the entire time, and I can't keep track of you, I can't keep track of myself, let alone you. And he's like, yeah, and then I'd die, and I'd be kind of upset, and I'd be like, yeah, don't run around like a fucking idiot the entire time. Oh, yeah. So, so that's my experience with Fatal Bullet so far. Alex is real good at it, and so the story is progressing smoothly. But yeah, we got a secondary character who's an AI. He's a super rare AI. You log in on your first day, you enter into a gun tournament, and you find him in the first room you go to, because you're that lucky, and so now you're like the lucky noob, and everyone's like paying for information on you, because you could do that in this game, like with real money. And, yeah. Like in the game world, you can use real money to buy to buy actual information in the game about other players from players who get information on other players. It's like, I don't know. It's a thing. Anyway, but yeah, it's interesting. I don't know, if the story is gonna be like super deep. It did have like a weeb anime opening that you can't record. Like, your PlayStation's like, turning off the record function because this screen is not to be shared. And then afterwards, after the weeb-ass anime opening, it goes, turning back on the record function because you've exited the screen that can't be shared. And I'm like, man! But I can watch that anytime I want on my PlayStation, because it saves it. So it's like, you've reached this point. It's like a dating sim. You unlock the little screens. It's like, you unlock this movie, so you can watch it whenever you want. But you can't share it with anybody.
That's how they keep it off YouTube.
I want it on YouTube, though, because the music is good, and the trailer is good, and, like, I would watch this show. I do watch this show. But anyway, like... Oh, it's such a weeby anime opening. I love it. I love it. I want to. Oh, it's so fun. I'm real glad that Alex is playing it so I could just sit back and enjoy it.
That's cool.
It's a good time. Brian?
Yes.
Have you played anything that's particularly interesting?
I'm playing 2018's hottest video games. Assassin's Creed Origins and Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Wait a minute, Brian. Both of those came out. Yeah, both of those came out last year.
That is correct. So, both of those games had hot DLC drops. So, Life is Strange Before the Storm might not seem like the kind of game which gets a hot DLC drop. And you'd be right. What happened is they released a thing called Life is Strange Farewell, which is a little, like, bite-sized episode where you play as Max again. And it's just like a self-contained one-episode story where it's like, yay, in this episode you play as Max, and it's like you and Max and like, so Max and Chloe are 13, so it's a flashback to like years ago, back when things were good and weren't complicated yet, and yay. And so yay! Right, but I'm also like, okay, Life is Strange, I don't trust you. Like, I suspect that at any point you're gonna like punch me right in the lunch. And so like you're kind of like hanging out with Chloe at her house, and like you find some stuff that you used to play with when you were younger. We're like, we used to pretend to be pirates, yay! And so like you go out in the backyard and you find like this time capsule you and Chloe buried when you were 8, and like wrote letters to your future selves. And it's all like really well written and very cute. Like the letter from like 8-year-old Chloe to future Chloe is like, and I expect that you'll have 2, maybe at least 1 boyfriend by this point, and that kind of thing. And you know, it's really sharp and well written. Like one thing that Deck 9 has done is got the writing really good for these characters, and you get the sense that like, and this is back when like Chloe is doing really well in school, and like Max is thinking like, oh, you know, like Chloe gets such better grades than me, and just like knowing what you know about these characters and the future that they're going to have, there's like so many moments that are like, man, ugh. You know, like at one point, like Max sees a book that Chloe's mom is reading. She's like, oh, a murder mystery. Like, I could never solve a murder. And you're like, ha ha, Max, ha ha. Like, just wait. Just give it a minute.
Give it a bit.
Yeah. And
take some time for yourself. And,
that's right. So I'm like wandering around and having a good old time. And I'm like, are you not going to do it, game? Are you not going to punch me in the lunch? And then the game like leans in and is like, I'm coming for you, Anjanath style. And so then it sinks in that this little like day in the life of Chloe and Max is set while Chloe's dad is supposed to be out picking up Chloe's mom from work.
Oh. Which
means that this is the day that Chloe's dad dies, and she doesn't know that he's dead yet. So yeah, this whole like little flashback sequence, which is like 2 happy kids palling around, talking about school and hanging out in the backyard, like ends with Chloe finding out her father is dead, setting forth her like emotional spiral for like the other 2 games. So that's a real feel good thing. You know. So if you want the Anjanath feelings, Life is Strange, Before the Storm, Farewell will get you right in the feels.
I mean, I did just pick up the big collector's edition, all the episodes in one kind of thing. So
yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to that. Ugh.
Yeah, no, and this is functionally separate than Before the Storm. It's not like part of the Before the Storm story or anything like that. You know, this is a separate thing. It is in that box though.
Mm-hmm.
So you too can be absolutely savaged by this. And I can tell you that like my reaction after playing was like, I'm just going to go to my room and read. So, wait, it's good. It's a hell of a downer. Enjoy. I mean, it doesn't become a hell of a downer until the very end, but it has some downer moments through it, and it feels like sad stuff that happens to kids. Also, Assassin's Creed Origins had like their second major expansion come out. Curse of the Pharaohs, which like allows you to travel further down the Nile to the city of Thebes and like explore like the Valley of Kings.
Ooh.
Also gets more actively into exploring like Egyptian religion and mythology. And adds a whole bunch of like absolutely sick boss fights and tough as balls enemies. Lets you travel to the land of the dead, and you can fight a big ass scorpion, and it's awesome.
And it's awesome. You can fight a big ass scorpion who's not a pillar of this goddamn community. Thank you very much.
You got that right. That scorpion has it coming. I've been working on some new weapon tech. I've got a giant fucking axe. I'm very much enjoying my axe. And the axe has a very long arm, so I'm also kind of using it like a pole arm as well. But it is cool. Very cool. The writing is, again, absolutely on point. And this game knows what I want, and it did not take long at all for the game to give me a quest where Bayek is hanging out with kids, and I'm like, ah, here we go. It's cool dad Bayek saving Egypt again, now with his cool axe. Let's do this. The new map area is huge. All like the new art assets are lovely. It promises to be about 10 hours long, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to cash that whole thing this weekend. So
the whole
that's what I'm
thing.
doing. I ate the whole thing. So I may or may not have more to say on that next week, because I'm also planning on playing a shit ton of Kirby. But you guys want to talk about news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, it's good. Good time.
So,
Good time.
things that are not good times.
What? There are things that aren't good times?
Yep. Toys R Us is giving up. They're done. They're tapping out.
Tapping out.
They're tapping out.
Well, I mean, they did get bodied.
Yes, that is fair. Toys R Us, which is in Chapter 11 bankruptcy and was trying to avoid liquidation, was unable to avoid liquidation. They told their employees last Wednesday they will be selling or closing all of their U.S. stores, which is going to put 33,000 American workers out of a job. Like it's like the number of people that they employ in the U.S. is not insignificant. And this will also include the Babies R Us chain. Chief Executive David Brandon, told it to the employees at the Fort Wayne, New Jersey headquarters. And the bankruptcy court had a liquidation hearing on Thursday, and it went as expected. The U.S. operations are being handed over to the liquidators. In addition to shutting down U.S. operations, they'll also be shutting down, and this was confirmed with the liquidator hearing, shutting down operations in France, Spain, Poland, and Australia. What's weird is that just because of cost of shipping and tariffs and the footprint that major online retailers not being as impactful in certain locations, Amazon has not been able to wreck Toys R Us's business in Canada and Central Europe. So Toys R Us is going to be able to spin off and sell their operations in Canada, Central Europe, and Asia. So that's weird. One of the things that they're trying to do with the Canadian stores is bundle 200 of the US locations with the sale of the Canadian stores, kind of being okay, well, if you want our Canadian operations, which are profitable, then you have to take 200 US stores. So I don't know if that's going to fly. It all depends on whether or not they find a buyer who's willing to go for that. Toys R Us had more than $11 billion in revenue last year. And, as a point of reference, like, the U.S. toy industry is about $27 billion last year, of which Toys R Us accounted for 11. So, like, their contribution to the U.S. toy market is not insignificant. Like, it will definitely change the landscape of toys to not have Toys R Us in it. And they are definitely, historically of major importance to the video game industry. After the video game collapse in 83, and nobody really wanted to get into video games as retailers, part of the reason that Nintendo was able to insert themselves in the US market in 85 was by peddling the Nintendo Entertainment System as being a toy for kids. Because previously video games had been marketed primarily to, like, adults. But by being like, nah, this is for kids. Look, there's a fucking toy robot in the box. It's great.
Do you mean Nintendo Labo?
Before Labo, there was Rob the Robot, which came with the launch NESs.
Oh, yeah, Rob!
Yep.
I forgot about Rob.
Yeah.
The Subspace Emissary.
Oh, yeah! Yep.
But unless Toys R Us had been there to be like, yeah, we'll go along with, like, this little scam, and we'll take $1 billion of your NESs, like, the video game market in America would not have been resuscitated. Like, they are central figures in the history of, like, the return of video games to the U.S. And we're, like, a main place where people bought games for years. Like, how do you guys feel about this, man? Like, I don't know if you guys are too young to have this hit you right in the feels, but this shit hits me right in the feels.
I actually saw most of, like, Toys R Us's aftermath rather than their heyday. I mean, they were pretty big in the 90s, but what happened to them is basically the same thing that happened to Sears. They looked at, like, the internet as a fad, and they didn't invest. And when competing stores, which were much more mobile and were taking their business away, they weren't able to solidify their space as, like, the premier toy, like, retailer. And that's what ultimately caused them so much trouble. They still were incurring a lot of debt, more than their competitors, and they had less control of the market. So, I mean, I liked Toys R Us as a kid. I didn't go there enough because my parents knew that, like, I would spend all our money on toys if they'd let me. But I feel like growing into, like, the age of the internet and watching Toys R Us scoff at it, this seems like just desserts. And that doesn't negate the contributions that they've done, but it definitely sours how I view the company and how it's been managed over, like, the last decade.
I feel like there are lots of companies out there that invested plenty in online presences, but that didn't matter because people have kind of slid into this, like, very, I think morally lazy is a good way to describe it, morally lazy position where they want every object they purchase to be available on Amazon because the only place they buy things online is from Amazon. So a thing has to do two things for them when they buy it. One, it has to be on Amazon. Two, that listing on Amazon has to be the cheapest possible price or online. Like, I will only buy it on Amazon if it is the cheapest it can be found there.
Well, I mean, that kind of action, that's not an accident. Like, I mean, Amazon was, like, undercutting everyone, which brought business to their storefront. And then they started offering everything. It's the Walmart problem. Like, that's what happens. Like, it's like, well, yeah, I got my tomatoes at Walmart and they were pretty good and they cost like half the price of my local grocer. But I also went there and it turns out I thought I needed a microwave and there was a microwave like one aisle over. Why would I go anywhere else? And, like, that's definitely something that they did specifically. Like, people don't want to run around if they don't have to. I'm not sure if I'd call that morally lazy, but like
I
it's
think
definitely.
if you consider the implications of like what Walmart and Amazon do to manufacturers and do to their employees and do to the communities that they insert themselves into, like, I am a bad person for buying things from Amazon. Like, that makes me bad. I've managed to stop going to Walmart. I need to summon the courage to stop buying things from Amazon. Like, I know what Amazon does, and they're fucking dirtbags. Mm-hmm. Like, they're like making their employees in like warehouses wear body cameras in order to in order to find out if they're, quote, like, misappropriating time. You know, people collapsing from exhaustion in warehouses, getting legislators to change labor laws in order to like treat their employees shittier, leaning on major suppliers in order to be like, you're going to go out of business unless you sell us things at a lower price. Like, Amazon fundamentally changes the global economy. They are dirt bags. And like, when you're going up against the Borg, just having a shinier website isn't going to save you.
Okay. I mean, I get that.
I mean, I'm not saying that like Toys R Us made a bunch of great decisions. They certainly didn't. They fucked up in every way that you said. Yeah. I just wonder like how much longer they would have lived if they hadn't.
I think okay. So the thing is, they still had the market position when Amazon was coming up, and especially when they were getting bigger in toys.
Yep.
And at that point, if they, let's say they competed in a meaningful way, like on the internet, then they would have had an online storefront. And at that point, the only difference between them would have been accessibility and debt. That Toys R Us would have had more debt because they're handling so many brick and mortar stores, and you'd have to decide if Toys R Us was actually more accessible because you could walk into a store and talk to a person, or if Amazon was more accessible because you just sent them things. Like, Prime was definitely a game changer, especially when they basically gave it to everyone. But I'm not sure if they ended up in a marketing accessibility war with with Toys R Us, that they would have adopted, or rather offered, Prime so freely. Like, those decisions would have manipulated how Amazon moved. They wouldn't have, if they had to like try to make a more robust storefront or make other options that make Amazon look more customer friendly, because that's what would have happened. Because like Toys R Us is definitely the more customer friendly like storefront. It's just that Amazon always got their stuff faster to you, and Toys R Us didn't have an answer to it. That was the whole thing. And if Toys R Us did have an answer, but you could still go in and talk to a person if something weird was happening, Amazon doesn't have that option. And so they would have needed to do something else. Because, I mean, I think, like, worst case scenario, like, you end up in, like, a online chat or talking to someone, like, work from home call center when something's wrong with your Amazon package. And that's a totally different experience than, like, walking into a store and engaging with, like, a person that can look up and see what's going on with your package.
Yep.
Yeah, the only benefit to that scenario is someone's not getting physically screamed at or threatened with bodily harm that could actually be followed through with. But like, if those are the only upsides, maybe there's a bigger problem.
Fair enough.
I wish Amazon would be benevolent shopping overlords, you know?
Well, no, that's the thing. But the only person that benefits is, like, us. And, like, they don't have to be, and it costs more work.
But, I mean, I would like for them to have better employment practices and stuff. Like,
sure.
You know, I don't want people collapsing in warehouses because I am dumb and ordered my Christmas gift, like, 3 days before Christmas. You know? I want them to be able to enjoy their holiday, too.
Well, if there's anything that No Game No Life told me, it doesn't matter how dirty you play or if you cheat and whatnot, as long as you win. As long as you win. And so, like, if you can beat Amazon by being, like, a better businessman or woman and also not harming your employees, then, like, more power to you. People will support you.
Let's do that. Let's be a better Amazon.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that Jeff Bezos is like evil anime?
Obviously. Like, how is he not?
I think Rocky said that he's evil persona.
Oh, yeah, no, he's definitely, like, he's not Shido, but he's that guy that owns that giant company, like, in the 5th level. Brian, we need to get you through Persona, but that's a whole other thing. That's another podcast, man.
It is man, I have so many good childhood memories of going and buying fucking He-Man action figures and Ghostbusters toys and Super Nintendo games, and it is a bummer. And now 33,000 people don't have jobs, so that way I can get a butter dish that is sent to my house incorrectly by Amazon that they still haven't refunded me for. So, okay.
Huh?
Fuck it.
What?
What? Rocky, what's going on in our PUBG corner?
Wait.
What's up, Teeks?
We're waiting on a refund for a butter dish?
Yeah, so I bought this butter dish on Amazon, right? For $8. Mm-hmm. And, like, they sent me a box that was like, here's your butter dish. And when I opened the box, it was not the butter dish.
What was it?
It was instead, like, 3...
dildos.
It was not 3 dildos. Rocky was not 3 dildos. It was like 3 small bottles of, like, some kind of lotion. I'm like, what the fuck are these 3 bottles of lotion? Like, this is not a butter dish.
It's lube. I got it. I was close.
So, I filled out the refund thing online, and they're like, send it back to us. They're like, we'll give you your money when we receive the butter dish. And I'm like, how the fuck can I return a butter dish when what you sent me was 3 bottles of lotion? And when I filled out the refund ticket, I'm like, did not receive butter dish box, which was labeled butter dish, because I got a box that had a butter dish on the outside of it. When I opened the box, instead there were 3 bottles of lotion inside, and so I said, I'm like, box did not contain butter dish.
You should have just sent back the box with the butter dish and just put on a post-it note outside, this has 3 bottles of lotion in it that I did not order and came inside this butter dish.
And so they have yet to refund me.
Oh no.
And
this
yeah,
is
that lotion got sent back on February the fucking 22nd. So it's been nearly a full month. Fuck them. Like, they're making people die in warehouses and I can't even get $8. The world is trash.
Oh, that was ridiculous and worth the pause. Rocky, what's going on in PUBG corner?
PUBG? Who plays that? We all play Fortnite now. Okay, so couple of things. One, various outlets and several Reddit threads have reported dozens of Fortnite players who say their accounts have been hacked and their finances tied to their accounts have been used to make purchases without them knowing. Epic notes that it is aware of the problem and is complying with refund requests from affected players who make them. The company is also urging affected players to reach out through the company's helpline, quoting, "We are aware of the instances where users' accounts have been compromised using the well-known hacking techniques and are working to resolve these issues directly with the players affected," said Epic Games in an email to Kotaku. So, like, you know, it's not great, but it is better than the butter dish response. Also, Fortnite version 3.3 went live, which adds supply llamas and remote explosives to Battle Royale. It also adds the Luck of the Storm St. Patrick's Day themed missions to Fortnite's increasingly less relevant Save the World mode. Popular streamer Ninja teamed up with R&B. Okay, he's a hip-hop performer. Popular streamer Ninja teamed up with hip-hop performer Drake for an all-star session that resulted in over 550,000 concurrent views most of the evening, along with huge social media traffic. In addition, a new report from VentureBeat confirms that although it's in its limited distribution and has only been out for a few hours, Fortnite has already become #1 most downloaded iPhone game in the United States. These statistics come from GamesBeat through app tracking firm Sensor Tower. Brendan, player unknown Green, gives us a look at how Battle Royale shooter will grow in the next 9 months, and some of it felt like a response to becoming the second biggest game in the world. Things included a 4 kilometer by 4 kilometer map, which is about 1/4 the size of the current map, adding emotes like crotch chops, new vehicles, and region locking for matchmaking. Also, Roseanne Barr claims that she has won 20 victory royales, and Epic has planned an E3 party, or a party royale, to happen during this year's E3.
Rocky, I feel like you were trying to set a land speed record through that story, and I have thoughts on different bullet points.
Let's get it, man.
So, getting back to Brendan Player Unknown Green response, like, man, if you're the guys over there at like PUBG Corp in Korea, like, are you sweating bullets or are you not sweating bullets and are instead just really angry?
I don't know. Like, I mean, they're definitely getting eclipsed, like, in terms of, like, overall player count, but they're doing esports moves right now.
Yeah, it's also not like the player base for PUBG is small. Like, they are the biggest game on Steam. It just happens that, like, Fortnite isn't out of the Steam launcher, and their concurrent player count is still, like, no joke. Like, they're usually around 2 to 3 million live at any given time. It's just Fortnite has just gotten that big. Like, it's weird because it's not like PUBG got that much smaller. It's just Fortnite got that much bigger. It's kind of weird.
Well, okay, so I think what PUBG is focusing on, they're focusing on making the game faster. And Fortnite is just, like, doing the bloat thing that, you know, PUBG did before. And at the moment, Fortnite is still like a denser experience, and albeit it's less buggy than PUBG, its stylistic differences will lend itself to a different kind of player, I think. Like, I think that a lot more of the casual crowd is heading for Fortnite, especially since it's, like, you know, openly more popular now. While PUBG, like, the people that are sticking with PUBG, while the loud versions of them are, like, incredibly toxic, the rest of them are, like, really trying to, like, sharpen, like, the tech. Like, it's attracting, like, you know, your Counter-Strike players and whatnot, your CSGOs.
Man. I'm not sure how I feel about emotes coming to PUBG. Like, the prospect of some dude doing cross chops in PUBG, that I don't like it.
You don't want it to be an emotion?
I don't. Crotch chops are not an emotion, Tegan.
Maybe not to you, but to me they are. I don't know what a cross chop is. I'm excited. I
also,
like it when people
Roseanne
can emote.
Barr? God damn it. Roseanne Barr.
Who's Roseanne Barr?
Roseanne, like from the show, Roseanne.
What? That's not a real person.
She probably does cross chops.
What?
But yeah, she claims that she has 20 wins in Victory Royale, which is neat. This sounds fake, but, you know, whatever. She might got it. Who knows?
What if she does? What if she legit does?
Then congrats to her, I guess. Like, I mean, that makes her, like, a pretty good celebrity shooter. Like, if, like, next thing I'm gonna hear is that, like, Frank Underwood, like, has, like, 500, Victory Royale or some shit. And he only plays solo.
I hate Victory Royales.
I mean, there's so much news of celebrities actually being giant dorks recently. Like, not in a bad way, but, like, just in a way. Like, Kim Kardashian being, like, 02 from Darling in the Franxx' hair goals. I'm like, what?
See, like, that's paid. There's no way that's not paid.
I fucking hope so, because, like, I feel personally attacked by that.
All right. Okay.
Like, you don't get to come into my yard.
You don't?
That you've been making fun of. And then be like,
decades.
Yeah, it's cool now. It's like,
it's like, fuck right off.
Like, there are celebrities who are legit, like, anime is so cool, but they've been like that the entire time, and I'm like, yes, I believe you. We get to do the things, like, yeah, and then they're, like, her being, like, 02 is hair goals, I'm like, you don't get to say that. You don't get to talk about her like that.
Okay.
How dare you stand where she stood? No. Okay.
First
anyway,
of all,
calm down.
I don't like it when nerd culture is exclusionary and aims to keep people out. So if she likes those hair goals, good for her. Second
If
of
she
all,
likes them authentically, if she actually likes them, but if she likes them for a money grab, I'm not okay with that.
See, that's the thing, Brian. Like, there's no real reason for me to believe that Kim Kardashian is genuinely into anime. And if she is, then, like, my opinion doesn't matter. And that's fine. Like, I totally understand that. But the Occam's razor answer to the situation is that, like, Kim Kardashian was paid some sort of money to name drop an anime. Like, that's the thing.
Unless, like, Kanye does like anime.
when people do that shit now, there are required FCC disclosures. They have to make notice that it is a sponsored, Instagram post or a sponsored tweet. And Kim Kardashian is, if nothing else, good about putting appropriate FCC disclosures on sponsored content.
I want to know if Kanye West, that's who she's married to, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I want to know if he was watching Darling in the Franxx. And she just passively saw it and was like, I like that girl's hair. That seems to me like the only way that tweet could possibly be an organic experience. Because I know Kanye likes anime, and he's liked anime for a while, and so that's fine with me. But just dropping that out of the blue with no additional context for it makes me uncomfortable.
Mm.
I want to know the story behind that. I want to know if she's actually watching the show, or if she passively saw the show, and I need to know if she's actually into anime or not. I really do, because I can't parse this information otherwise. Otherwise, I don't want her to invite additional criticism for the thing I'm already criticized for enjoying.
Right.
This is my one thing. Let me have my thing!
So, how do y'all...
And she has the money to commission, a real nice suit, and that makes me mad. And I don't want to see her doing lewds of anime girls online. Without knowing it's an organic experience of wanting to see the lewds.
You want organic lewds?
Organic
of
lewds!
Course. I don't want steamed processed lewds, man.
I don't mind, Patreon processed lewds. Those are fine, because those are fan selected.
Mm-hmm. Farm-to-table lewds.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how do y'all feel about Paris Hilton's tweet about Nintendogs?
I feel like she likes dogs.
No, actually, I
but
100% believe that Paris Hilton owns a DS and has played Nintendogs. But is now, comfortable talking about it.
I believe Paris Hilton was used in the advertising for Nintendogs.
Oh, wait. No, I think you might be right about that, actually.
Yeah, so I feel like her tweeting about Nintendogs is not strange.
Yeah, it might be,
because she was...
obligation.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if, that was, maybe she was paid to play Nintendogs for the commercial, and then was like, oh, damn, this is actually really cute. I'm gonna keep playing it. And is now just, still tweeting about it? Or if there's gonna be Nintendogs on Switch, and she's tweeting about it ahead of time,
I'm just glad that, the smartest take I've seen on what Nintendo could do in the mobile space effectively that would be good comes from somebody that I've seen give a blowy in night vision.
What? Right. I don't want to know the story. I said what, but I don't want to know the story. Don't tell it to me.
There's things called night vision goggles.
Don't tell me. Nope. I took my headphones off. Night vision goggles allow for...
Okay. All right.
It's non-consensual storytelling.
All right. I'm done.
I don't want to hear about other people's blowjobs. I don't want to hear about your blowjobs.
Also, one of those things that I feel like I've said more than a couple of times, Nintendo is capable of producing in the mobile space. They just don't believe in mobile.
Mm.
They can make content that would work in mobile spaces. They have done so in the past. It's just the latest stuff that they've been doing. It's not like they're banging their head against the walls like, how do we make games on cell phones? They just don't care. They just don't want to do it.
Put Paris Hilton in charge of the mobile division.
No.
Fuck.
No.
No.
Look, who wants to tune into a Nintendo Direct and it's like, here, like, it's like she does the direct gesture, like, I'm Paris Hilton coming to you direct to talk about our phone games.
Okay, I'm just gonna say just 4 words. Iwata didn't die for this. 5 words. 5 words. Iwata did not die for this.
That's 6 words.
That's 6 words. I'm expanding my thing. I'm getting increasingly more angry. I don't want Paris Hilton on a Nintendo Direct.
I would not mind a Nintendo Direct featuring Paris Hilton playing Nintendogs on Switch. That would be okay. I'm okay with that. Okay. Because I've seen her play Nintendogs on a DS on a television, so like seeing her play a Switch on YouTube would not be like the greatest stretch for me.
Okay. The only other thing I want to make sure that we circle on this Fortnite talk.
Oh god, we're still talking about Fortnite.
is I'm going to 100% need for this fucking party that they're throwing at E3, them to give Zac Efron the most cocaine. Like, they have to be able to give him more cocaine than EA gave him. Like, they could at least double his share of the cocaine.
I'm telling you, it was just a really dusty jacket, man.
It was not a dusty jacket. You know it. Dusty jackets do not make you sweaty and give you the fear eyes.
Oh, man. Fucking.
You saw that look on his face. He looked fucked up. Wearing a dusty jacket does not make you look fucked up. I'm going to need Jamie Foxx to be there. I'm going to need him to be fucked up too. These are things I need. And I'd really like Drake to show up, and I want him to be like the dorky neighbor on a sitcom. Like, hey guys, what's wrong with Zac Efron?
I think it would go something more like, it's like, yo, what's going on with Zac? Is he okay? Are we going to do anything about this? No? Yeah.
Should we consult a medical professional?
Pretend I didn't say anything about it. Pretend I never brought it up.
Oh, all right. Jesus. Man. Tegan, what's going on in our Overwatch's dumb corner?
Oh, you know, Overwatch is less dumb. XQC has been released from the Dallas Fuel after repeat suspensions.
Fucking finally.
Right? Okay, so the Dallas Fuel Overwatch team has announced that the team has parted ways with Felix XQC Lengyel?
Yeah, Lengyel.
Yeah, in a move the organization is calling a mutual agreement.
Sure.
Quote, there are a few players out there who have achieved as much success in as short a time as Felix has in competitive Overwatch. Ultimately, it was in the best interest of our organization and Felix to part ways before the expiration of his contract, end quote. says owner Mike Rufael? I can't read names in a statement. It's Rufael? Nice. He also added that, quote, releasing Felix today allows us the flexibility to make additional signings during the league transfer window and allows Felix the chance to pursue other opportunities this season and on stream. Earlier this week, XQC received another 4-match suspension effective March 12th and was fined $4,000 for repeatedly using the emote in what the league describes as a racially disparaging manner on the official Overwatch League stream. He was also punished for using disparaging language against the Overwatch League casters, calling them cancer on Twitter.
Fuck this guy.
Well, yeah, he's out of a job. He doesn't get to be in the Overwatch League anymore. It's winning.
I hope everyone at Toys R Us finds a job before him.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
He's just going to keep streaming. Yeah. I hope Twitch follows up on some of this.
See, that's another thing. Okay, so I don't know if you guys really know this, but like there is a large swath of professional athletes that are actually dickheads. Like they just are. And like more importantly, that kind of makes them better at what they do. Like, they get into the opponent's heads. They force reactions out of people that otherwise just wouldn't happen. And one of the important things about these players is that they train and practice out of the public eye. And a lot of it is like streamers, like when they're developing their skills, they need a way to sustain themselves, and people that are good enough that actually need to practice all the time need a way to sustain themselves, and they don't have something like the NCAA that can like pay for their meals and their lodging while they get better at throwing a ball. And so like this type of behavior isn't new to me. Like, it's in both competitive games or competition in general. But the thing is that with gamers specifically, it's intensely public. And I wonder what the Overwatch League is ultimately going to do, because I do know that there have been issues with it with Riot, and some streamers, they either like they stay big streamers, or like they go pro and like they never talk on stream, they just play. Like, they'll even have their audio separated from their stream so that other people can't even hear them. But like if Blizzard's like audio doesn't have that kind of option, well, I guess PC you could probably do it on. But I wonder what Blizzard is ultimately going to try to do to protect their investment, because like weeding out these people isn't going to work forever, especially if you get to a point in time where actual streamers are better than some of the pro players, and like they show them up at stuff like invitationals. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know what they're going to do about like dealing with that situation. Like, will they ultimately end up paying streamers enough to the point where they don't have to stream anymore? Or do you think Blizzard may actually antagonize streaming as a signed, like, I guess, competitor? Like, if these questions have been like rolling around in my mind lately, I don't know how it'll actually play out, but I'm interested to see how it does.
Yeah, agreed. Like, I think that like when people act like dirtbags in, like conventional sports and traditional sports, those are all operating from a benefit of, like they've been, those sports have existed for decades. Right. And also increasingly in the last few decades, a lot of times, like when individual athletes are criticized, it has become like less about like a criticism of that individual athlete and more, usually some kind of like coded language about like racial hierarchy. Like a lot of the shit that people were saying about like LeBron should shut up and dribble have nothing to do with like the idea that anything that he's saying is like wrong or bad, but just like, all right, here's some racially coded like shitty language, and like that's fucked. But the thing about like esports is that these things haven't been around forever, so they haven't already like developed these like weird cultural systems that like wrap around them. Like people, like when somebody acts good or bad in the context of like Dota or Overwatch or whatever, they don't just like put that good or bad behavior or good or bad thought or good or bad cultural contribution, on the shoulders of that one player. They associate it with the whole sport. Like, so when someone acts good or bad in Overwatch bears the burden of that. And like, how do you manage something like that? Like, the only thing I can think of is like, what if Blizzard went and hired people from scratch who are not existing stream talent and like treated them like employees and put them like through Overwatch boot camps?
I'd sign up for Overwatch boot camp.
Yeah, like if you trained someone from scratch to be an Overwatch player, like maybe give them like a skills assessment, just like checking for like raw talent, be like, hey, come in and like kind of like open tryouts like the Philadelphia Eagles had like back in the 70s that one year. They're like, hey, come out and throw the football. We'll see if you can be an Eagle. Like if they did something like that and like found people who didn't have an existing presence on Twitch, could they maybe head off some of this stuff at the pass that way?
I don't think so. Like, it's a diamond in the rough situation. I mean, you might find some gems like that might actually work, but it's not sustainable. Like, there's no way that. And if you do, like, let's say they start populating the league with people like that just on the regular, one of the things you might run in the risk of doing is ending up having overall less talent than like more toxic streamers. And like you can say that like this is a toxic free stream, but if it's not exciting gameplay, people won't watch it. They'll go to watch the streamers instead.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing. Like I'm interested in how like Blizzard reacts to this, and I would be remiss if they haven't like been trying to, you know, dig up how like professional sports organizations like the NBA and the NFL have dealt with it in the past. Because there are probably situations where there were open like practices and open tryouts. I know there still are some in some semi-pro leagues, but I don't know. I'm interested to see what they actually do, because this isn't a thing that like you can weed out the bad eggs and then you're good. Like you have to actually make systemic changes to adapt to this reality.
Yeah. All right, Blizzard. So it sounds like we've got stuff we want to see from you that isn't just more great skins and better card backs for Hearthstone. We want to see how you actually navigate this shit and make these like communities better. Come on, do it.
You have the funds, if not the technology.
They got both. They got both.
Gotta see what they do. So we got some new info on Soul Calibur 6, and Geralt's gonna be in it, so that'll be cool. The Witcher will be facing off against characters like Mitsugi and Nightmare in Soul Calibur 6. Then it comes out on PS4 and Xbox One, sometimes in 2018. The Witcher and Bandai Namco released a new trailer announcing Geralt, showing off some of his moves and abilities when he joins the Soul Calibur 6 roster. His moveset seems to include his swords, obviously, but also the use of sign arts, which is cool. The Soul Calibur games have a long tradition of including guest characters into its games, including characters like Yoda, Darth Vader, Carly Rae Jepsen, Link, and Ezio Auditore. Wait a second. Actually, I want to correct this. I think Carly Rae Jepsen is someone that's being suggested for Smash. I think you meant to say Demi Lovato.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot there was Demi Lovato had been in Soul Calibur.
Yeah, man.
No,
she was in,
what? No, no.
She was in Soul Calibur 4.
No. That's not right.
I think Tegan's having a stroke. Tegan, are you okay?
Is that real? That's not real. You can't tell me that was real.
Tegan, how do you not remember Demi Lovato?
I'm gonna die. That wasn't real.
she actually fought, I believe, with spiked bangles, and she had that one move where she would like hook your legs through her thighs and flip backwards. It was a grab. It was pretty sick.
This isn't real. Please, this isn't real. This isn't real. Right?
It was cross-promotional with her appearances on Glee.
No, what? No.
It's okay. Tegan doesn't remember. It's fine. Like, it's okay. But yeah, like, Geralt being in Soul Calibur 6 is pretty cool. That's a pretty good get.
What?
Tegan's Googling to see if Demi Lovato was in Soul Calibur.
I am. How could you tell?
Because I can hear you typing, Tegan.
I can't. I'm too old for this.
But yeah, how do we feel about Geralt being in Soul Calibur 6?
Can we add Bayonetta?
I don't see it happening.
No.
I mean, at this point, Bayonetta is effectively like a second-party character for Nintendo. She's in the same boat as Kirby, and I think that like the odds of seeing Bayonetta in a Soul Calibur game are about the same as seeing Kirby. But then again, fucking Link was in Soul Calibur, so what am I even saying?
Right.
No, but the thing is, Bayo's actually busted. Like actually busted. Like, if it's not close, just in terms of feats alone. No, just in terms of tech alone. Like, imagine if Dante was in Soul Calibur. He has way too many weapons. He has way too many things he's able to do. Like, there's no way they could balance him.
They gave Link a bunch of weapons.
Yeah, but Link is like, he's a blockbuster at best. Like Dante and Bayo are like casual city busters. They're god slayers.
Geralt's not a god slayer?
I don't think Geralt's actually a god slayer.
I mean, Geralt kills, like, all the demons and stuff.
Yeah.
I sound like I've never played a Witcher game in my life, and I've played all of them.
I hope that he takes 19 years to oil his 2 fucking swords.
I want that to be his taunt.
Oiling his sword?
I want it to be an actual gameplay mechanic. Like Hakan in Street Fighter 4. Like, I want him to be, like, alright, but then he oils his swords and he's better. But, like, he has to take real time to oil his swords.
I thought that the only time that Geralt oiled his swords was when he was looking at Patreon content.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
Rocky, am I a bad person?
No, you're not a bad person, Brian.
Okay, I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
Meanwhile, I'm over here having a stroke.
She did. It was so good. That was some real content. Do we have any other news? Anything else going on?
Yeah, so, like, you know, E3 is coming up. I'm sure you've heard that E3 is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
So, publishers are starting to announce release dates left and right. We got Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which Square Enix announced and is dated for September 14th.
All right.
Ubisoft announced The Crew 2, which is coming June 29th, and that they signed an exclusive partnership with Harley Davidson for the game.
Wait, does that mean at E3 they're going to have, like, a $20,000, like, Harley Davidson bike?
It's going to be the
offer?
most expensive Harley Davidson bike.
Is Ubisoft ready for the Microsoft tech of, like, lifting a car out of the floor? Or, in this case, a motorcycle? Like,
I'm interested.
What they're going to do is they're going to lower it from the ceiling.
Ooh.
So we're all going to be looking for the floor, and, like, actually a person's going to come up from the floor, but they're going to be doing the, like, praise the sun motion, and then the Harley's going to come from the sky.
That's the mix-up.
I like it.
It'll be exciting. But Microsoft announced State of Decay 2, which will be launching May 22nd for only $30. There is going to be a $50 deluxe edition that comes with the first game and a display case that looks like a brain. So that's cool. It also is going to feature cross-platform play and is an Xbox Play Anywhere title.
Okay. Alright.
So that's a thing. Let's see. And Sega has announced the release date of Valkyria Chronicles 4. It's going to be October 16th.
Let's get it.
Call of Duty is on the 12th, though.
Let's go.
So it's going to be a back-to-back battle to the sales.
I'm sure glad Sega doesn't want to sell any copies of this video game.
Right. Well, I mean, the Valkyria Chronicles group will come out, you know?
No, they're going to do the slow burn, man. Like, they're just going to get it out there. And they're going to add DLC at opportune times.
And they're going to put it on sale at Christmas.
True. It's going to be great, Bran.
Yeah, it'll be
Believe
okay.
in Valkyria.
It'll be okay. And then Sega also announced the Sega Genesis collection for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's going to have over 50 essential Genesis classics and add modern features like online multiplayer and achievements, mirror modes, rewind, and save states. And that'll come out on the 29th of May. So.
I mean, I'm sure that this is on brand for me, but I'm so excited for that.
That is very on brand for you. That's like when they announced a Harvest Moon game and I was like, Harvest Moon! You know? Like, this is, Sega's your brand, man.
Well, I think it's more
Genesis
like
is your
old
brand.
games.
Is it gonna have classic box art included? Oh, I hope so.
It does. It totally does. I've already pre-ordered it.
Yeah, that's definitely on brand.
Yeah, it's also like only $30, which is super great. And there's like so many just like, oh god, the list of titles that you're getting in this thing is fucking ridiculous.
What are some highlights, Brian?
Things that I think are highlights include Golden Axe 3, which never got a US release on the Genesis. It was released in Europe and in Japan, but never in the US. So it's kind of it's got kind of a Star Foxy 2 feel to it. So like get in there and get on that that Golden Axe 3 opportunity. It's also got Landstalker, which is one of the best action RPGs of the 16-bit generation. So, like, if you like games that feel like Zelda, Landstalker is a game that you should play.
I like games that play like Zelda.
Yep. So, Landstalker's in there. Also, the fact that, like, Streets of Rage will support online multiplayer is super great. And, like, I'm really hoping that, like, since this is so cost-effective and supports online multiplayer, that we'll be able to do some online Golden Axe and Streets of Rage on stream. They are also including stuff like original box art, and they've got, like, a weird, cute little interface in the game where you have, like, what looks like a 90s kid's bedroom, like, that you navigate through the your library. So, like, you see, like, a little bookcase that has all your games, and your kid, like, there's posters on the wall, and so like, I love the fact that they've created this, like, organic interface that looks like a physical space from the 90s, and they even used like retro throwback, like, 3D graphics, so it looks like very, like, circa, like, Toy Story CGI. So, like, and that's a thing to pull off effectively as well, because, like, it's like, how do you make 3D look retro and not just bad for, like, a physical space? Like, so there's a lot of love and care in this thing. And I think that, like, when you're right around, like, 50 cents a pop for, like, getting just, like, a bulk of the Genesis's library, like, the good stuff, like, that's a really good deal. Like, this is the kind of thing that I wish Nintendo would do with, like, just samplings of their NES and SNES libraries. Because I think that, like, the minis, while cute, aren't the best solutions. I think that, like, either re-releasing true hardware with HDMI outputs that support use of cartridges, or single disc compilations that have lots of the games, are the best ways to go. Because it's kind of like, it feels like minis are like a half step in both directions. So I'm all about that. Man, I don't know about, like, Sega's other decision that we talked about with this Valkyria Chronicles 4 release date. Like, what the fuck, man? That is... Come on, guys. Does any of this stuff make you guys tingle?
I think, like, the way I found out about Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I think is kind of dumb. Like, they did, like, the whole countdown thing, but if you, like, hovered over it, it was like, September 14th, like, duh, the game's coming out. Like, it wasn't even, like, hidden in the code super well or anything, you know? It was just like, hey, we're dumb, and it's basically right here before we officially announce it, but, like, hey.
Yep.
You know? That was a little frustrating.
I mean, the existence of that game leaked 2 years ago when a guy was riding a bus in Montreal on his way to work, had his laptop open. It was all like, Shadow of the Tomb Raider on it.
Oh,
and it's like, good job doing your work on a bus. And, like, a whole bunch of people, like, took pictures over his shoulder. And they ended up on NeoGAF. So, like, people have known about this game now for, like, 2 years. And then when they posted it, like, people had data mined that website even before they added the countdown.
Mm-hmm.
Like, good job. Good job, Square Enix. Although I am stoked for the game. I am super stoked for the game. Actually seeing that Tomb Raider movie tomorrow. So, we'll see how that goes.
I heard it's okay. Like, I've heard it's, like, a good movie, but not necessarily a good Tomb Raider movie. You know?
Yeah. No, I get that.
Like, not
That's
all
a weird
Indiana
line to
Jones
dance.
movies are good Indiana Jones movies. Some of them are just good movies. You know? That you could take the franchising out of and be like, yeah, good.
And some of them are Crystal Skull.
Yeah, you know, which would have been a fine movie if it didn't have Indiana Jones on it. Because then there wouldn't be the expectation. I don't know.
I'm actually kind of stoked for the Crew 2.
Isn't the Crew a racing game?
It is. And, like, I like racing games which aren't very sim heavy. Like, I do not want to, like, sit in some menu for 900 years trying to figure out what happens if I use different brake pads and figure out, like, what happens with these 24 different tires if it's only been raining for 10 minutes. That sounds exhausting. I would instead like to play a video game where I race and do some drifting, and sometimes Avril Lavigne plays. You know, to that end, like, I've ordered a copy of the remaster of Burnout Paradise, because Burnout Paradise is one of the best video games of the last 10 years, period. But I would like a new arcade-style racing game, and I'm just so excited about some of the stuff that Ubisoft has been doing recently with the way they support games post-launch. True. So the idea of, like, a game which is just like a giant open-world environment, which is the United States, that allows me to fuck around in it, sounds fun. So, I might wait to see how that's reviewing before I touch it, but I'm tempted. I could care less about State of Decay 2.
So you care some.
Okay, I'll rephrase. I couldn't care less about State of Decay 2.
It is impossible for you to care less. Okay.
Yeah. Just... Zombie Minecraft sounds... No, I don't want to... I don't want to make sure that all of my survivors have water and then spend 2 hours fixing my fences. I just don't. I don't care if it's cheap. Is that the news?
That's the whole news, man.
That's sumptuous. So Steam is a website, and they release video games on it.
Mm-hmm.
True enough.
With some regularity.
Mm-hmm.
Some might say they release
Isn't
new
it like
video games
every day?
Like every day.
Really? Like every day? That seems like
What?
a pretty consistent release schedule.
Yes, absolutely. 100% agree. They released 72 games yesterday. And they have released 9 games so far today.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Including these hot jams. Road of Destiny. It is 59 cents. Description is as follows. Horrors, logical puzzles, and the atmosphere of the Soviet Union. This is all that awaits you in this game. Solve many tasks and logical puzzles to survive in a cruel world. If you are not afraid of adventures in the entourage of horror, then this quest is for you. What the fuck does that even mean? The entourage of horror. He's got a little preview video, and I struggle to understand what's going on in it. Like, I am legit confused.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is one of those things I feel like you could show somebody this preview and just be like, what's going on here? And, like, I don't know. Yep.
Oh, man.
Oh,
this
Lord.
is...
Yep.
I don't want to do it.
Yep. I don't want to do it.
Why does that car look like it's the size of a matchbox?
I do not know. Um,
Alrighty.
Also out today for 59 cents is The Forgotten Sprites. From the same developer that brought you such great games as Road of Destiny. Same developer.
Amazing.
They also released this game today. Real big on the product description page. English language not supported. Description reads, Robot Ingri is looking for killer of his creator, the famous scientist from the planet Manifesto. The robot, in search of revenge, visits many planets and eventually gets ... a soul. Hardcore shooter on the good old engine from John Carmack. So, they seem to have made a palette swap of Doom?
I mean, alright.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, team. We've also got Dot Project for $3.34. Minimalistic puzzler about silhouettes from the creator of Evo Explorers. Not gonna lie, this one actually looks kind of good. For $3.34, this actually looks engaging.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like it's a puzzle game about trying to get a 3D brick space to cast the correct shadows on a number of walls. So you have to arrange the bricks so that way the shadow is right for all the surfaces it'll be interacting with. So, The Apartment demo. The Apartment is a small psychological thriller, bizarre mix of first-person detective adventure game, action, and psychological horror, with some interesting puzzles, all tied together with dark and heavy story where lines between reality and nightmare have no meaning anymore. The production value on this looks real high.
Okay.
When's the last time this happened, Rocky, where we did this segment and
you got tentatively excited about something?
And I was like, oh, that looks like a thing.
I mean, I was kind of happy about the hedgehog thing until I saw it.
This looks like it has a real, like Silent Hills kind of vibe to it. Like I feel like I could be wandering through that same ass hallway over and over again, but this, I'm liking what I'm seeing here, huh? For $7.69, you've got My Racing Career. Then there's some characters in Chinese, which Google Translate has informed me also say My Racing Career. So the title of this game is My Racing Career, My Racing Career. Yep. Okay, now we're back on brand. This is a simulation management game. It's not a racing game. The game has a large number of random factors, such as random opponent strength, random events, random equipment, and so on. The player only has one life in the game. Each failure will start a new game, so every time the game. And that is the end of the description.
So every time the game.
Did this guy work on Monster Hunter? Yeah. This looks terrible, so alright. What else we got? I'm also really glad that this game is on sale. Good luck to you, everybody who buys that. Paleopocalypse, an action RPG adventure with a geological plot about life evolution and genetic manipulations. This game is $2.99 and appears to be shit. Jeff turned into dinosaur and is catapulted into other geological eras. He will discover in Tetra Island, an island where the space-time is altered and each section of the island is equivalent to different eras. Entire island is also inhabited by living fossils. With only weapon a geological hammer, Jeff will have to find out where he is and what happened with the help of scientist and Ammonite. Jeff will early discover that the cause of the apocalypse resides in common ancestor of all living species from the completion of his quest will depend on evolution of life on Earth. In this Zelda-style action RPG...
No.
Oh, I feel like for $3, we might need to get this game for Tegan.
No!
No.
In this Zelda-style
Don't need it.
action RPG adventure, you will explore several different locations and dungeons around Main Island. During your adventure, you'll find other tools that will help you open new paths and discover new places. The free exploration of this environment is accompanied by great story. Tegan, it's got great storytelling.
No, it doesn't. I'm sure it doesn't.
Main features include...
You know what? If you buy it for me for $3, I will play it. I'll do it. Fine.
Second.
That means you're challenging your own brand, Brian.
I am. We are. I don't know.
Second.
Because this isn't
Brian
just
is
jokes at this
logging
point.
into Steam.
Brian, you're gonna give Tegan this Zelda to have her play it. Do you think that she'll actually enjoy this game?
Rocky, ask yourself, does it matter?
It's gonna be Game of the Year.
Game of the Year. Oh my god. That would be monstrous. I mean, you have to play it if it might be Game of the Year now, right, Tegan?
Right.
Oh, damn.
Hang on, I'm gonna log into Steam.
Okay. Ah, man, whatever. I'll edit it out later.
Stay tuned for our new exciting segment, which is Brian trying to remember his Steam password.
Jesus Christ. Brian, do that
Brian,
later.
how do you
Finish
not
your list.
know your Steam password? That's
He
ridiculous.
doesn't log into Steam enough.
Just
My
make
Steam
your...
password is... It's all muscle memory.
All you gotta do is make your Steam password something super easy.
I
That
can only
relates
make
to
my
you.
password extra boner for so many things.
Brian, you're supposed to use different passwords for everything.
Okay,
This is the
extra
NIS
boner,
problem all over.
exclamation point, exclamation point.
God damn it, Brian.
Also out today, Nology for 59 cents. I believe the technical term for this is a Yuri game.
Okay.
What?
Male gaze or no male gaze?
There is deep male gaze.
Fuck it.
It's a
I'm out.
Yuri game. What are you expecting? What is
There's
this?
there's some tender
Explore?
Yuri out there, man.
Some tender Yuri
There
out
is
there.
some tender Yuri, but it's all in Japan.
Yeah. A bright
Yeah.
satirical game in the genre of RPG, casino, church, gangsters, bureaucracy, and arbitrariness of the authorities. Win and destroy the system or pay taxes. What the fuck is this?
Win and destroy the system, or pay taxes!
Get fucked.
Features
Sounds like
include
some
turn-based
libertarian
combat,
nonsense.
unusual plot, nology, combination of tricks and spells, beautiful and juicy anime girls. That's listed as a bullet point.
Juicy anime girls! What? What is...
Brian,
Spell this game
God.
for me. Oh, wait.
I know, 16-year-old me would have been all over that, but,
Link
I'm
it
not
to
gonna-
me.
Nalogi.
Huh?
Nalogi. Achievements.
Nadogi?
Yep, and then trading cards after Valve approval. Also, this game appears to be Russian-ass Russian.
Of course.
There's a
The Russians
giant
love their
banner
Yuri.
which is in Russian and is untranslated. Also, it appears to be that their cute anime girls are all Russian.
Gee, I wonder how that happened. Whatever, it's fine.
I really hope that this game will, influence American elections or not. Jesus Christ, what is with this fucking game? Was this made in RPG Maker?
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Does this even have English language support?
No English language support.
Yep. All right,
Just for
everybody.
you.
You heard it here first. Don't buy this. Layer of the Titans is $4.79. It is a unique way for players to enjoy VR together. Oh, that'll work out.
Mm-hmm.
Play in the same room, hunting one another, choosing the right moment to strike and scare the other player. Oh, so you try to do a sneaky. It is $4.79. It is in early access, so it is a game where you try and spook one another for $5 in early access. Okay. And our last one this week is Monsters Attack, which is definitely an SEO optimized title. Hordes of... Oh, fuck this game.
Hordes of monsters
have taken over the world. Your mission is simple. Destroy all of these infinitely repeated Unity assets that I have just cloned into the environment because I am a lazy bad person. While saving the planet, make sure you do it in style while listening to groovy tunes. Kill them and survive. They kind of look like the Attack on Titan guys, but like regular size. Now there's some guys that look like fat, skinless hamsters. There's a big man. It's bad. I don't like it.
Sounds like a bad time, my guy.
Yeah. Steam is not a winner this week. Get at us, folks. You can reach us via Facebook, via Twitter, via Tumblr. We'd love to hear from you. We're always up for engaging with you folks. You can definitely get at us on Discord as well. I believe the links are real now. Rocky, how can the folks engage with this? Where can they obtain our content?
I mean, man, you can find us like anywhere you find your locally sourced podcasts, on iTunes, on Google Play, and Stitcher. If you do leave us a review on iTunes, Brian does owe you a biscuit. In addition, there is music at the beginning and end of this podcast. It's by Big Soch. Shout him out. You can check him out on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/BigSochNJ, or you can follow him on Twitter at @Hillary_Swank. As always, I'll be out for Monster Hunter Mondays, and Brian will be around for Final Night Fridays. And get at us if you want to talk about your favorite Soul Calibur character and whether or not it is or isn't Demi Lovato. You can hit us up on the Twitter, or the Facebook, or on the Tumblr, all Impossible Coin.
And I think that when this goes out, as of next week, the game A Way Out will be out, which is that narrative 2-player co-op game, which is going to be from Joseph Ferris, the fuck the Oscars guy from the Game Awards.
Yeah.
About the prison escape. And I'm picking that up. And apparently the smoke on the street is that in order to play this game co-op, only one person needs to own it.
Dang.
Which means I'm pretty sure that what this actually means is that you're going to get various configurations of Impossible Coin playing this on stream. Hopefully delighting and frustrating each other.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, please don't frustrate me. I don't want to tilt on stream. That sounds bad.
I'll try not to.
I want him to tilt on stream.
Yep, there it is.
All right.
Tilt him right over the edge.
Tegan, is your plan to frustrate or delight?
Delight. I'm always down to delight.
Tegan, what's the score on Weeb Wednesdays? Is that ever going to happen?
I don't know. I want them to happen, but I keep working on Wednesdays. The day I don't work on a Wednesday, I will definitely do at least a Weeb Wednesday. Let me see the next schedule. Yep, I work this Wednesday. I work all the Wednesdays. Dang it!
You need to put your weeb shit somewhere else, Tegan.
I know, but Weeb Wednesday sounds so good.
Then you got to make it happen. You can't let the world stand in the way of your dreams. Don't let your dreams be dreams, Tegan.
What do you guys think? Should I stream on a different day?
Yes.
Well,
yeah, you should always stream versus not streaming. I mean,
okay. Well, what should I stream? When should I stream?
Tegan, that's something that we can do while the good people of Oklahoma are not listening to us. But we can figure that out.
Yep.
Sorry, Oklahoma, that'll be in the works. I hope you enjoy my Weeb Day. Whatever that day is.
Hey.
Cool. Well, I think that does it for us this week. Peace.
Bye!
Later.
official.